listening to the Dad Podcast.
Let's get started.
Fuck those little kids.
All right,
What's up,
Marcus?
guys? Today's the
What's up?
day,
What's going
everybody.
Welcome to the Dad Podcast.
Eric's
guys.
fucking here, guys. Eric's here. They didn't want to say it yet, but Eric's here, guys.
Who's Eric?
Eric is our fucking main man. I'll let Eric say who the fuck Eric is.
This is a lot of pressure. Completely unnecessary. Just a guy with a average sized penis.
Fuck yeah. Friend of the fucking Dad Podcast.
Average.
Marcus is good.
What?
Marcus, this is the quietest Marcus has been the entire
Uh-huh.
time.
Where should we start?
Marcus has got some other visitors, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
the fuck do we start?
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, no. Today's podcast is the one that we've been looking forward to. Eric is here. He's in town. Eric, what's up, Loke?
Yeah, what's up, Eric?
What's up, Loke?
What's up, Eric?
Super excited to have you here. We've been looking forward to this, and now you're here. So definitely want to go
For
into
many
some of the
reasons.
details, and I think that's part of the excitement. There's some big news that only you get to share with us fellow dads, personally, and then from a business standpoint, we've been really excited to partner up as well. I also have my daughter here today, little Ava.
Which it's
Hi,
real,
Ava.
guys.
You
We
wanna say
didn't
hi?
know he had a daughter.
That's my baby. That's my
That's our
baby
show.
girl.
And that's
Yeah.
our show.
we can't
and-
top
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
We
That
can't
was
top
so
and
that.
we're out. And we're out.
It was really nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I
Yeah.
got a long drive home.
Solid
Super
content,
excited.
guys.
Right.
Wrap it up. See you
Yeah.
next week.
You guys got some cool shirts on. Eric
Hell yeah.
Eric brought us some swag.
It's, 8 Einstein, Ugonzo, Alberto, Ugonzo.
You better count these, dog. I thought it was the 9 Einstein. Just kidding. Fucking, what's yours?
Oh yeah, this is
Because I know that one's made.
this is from a Brain Dead Design. It's called Justice Takes a Smoke Break.
Dope.
Nice.
I like that one. I didn't see that one on the website when I went and looked through them all. And you walked in and I was like, damn, son, that one's fucking sweet.
Yeah, dude, it's like every artist has something that's like just badass. Like they're all badass, but like me personally, there's one for every artist that I'm like,
For sure,
holy
though.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Well, that's the
I
one for
own
that one.
I own the print for this.
Okay.
Alberto, I actually have a signed, personalized custom print from Gonzo.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yeah, he personalized it, which makes it absolutely worth zero money to anyone else because it has my name on it. But like,
Hell yeah.
but worth more than anything, for me. So.
There's your doppelganger out there somewhere. He's got to be rich, too. He'll be like, that's my fucking name. I want to buy that shirt.
Right. What if he's not rich? What if I meet somebody who's like, hey, dude, you're the guy that kissed me behind 7-Eleven.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, maybe I did. I don't know if I
You're
did.
like, I
have a
vaguely remember
doppelganger
that
out
for
there.
sure, yeah. I'm
All
into
of the
that,
artists,
though.
though, have awesome.
Does
Like, it
Marcus
was
have
hard
one
to
of your
pick
old
one.
shirts?
There's so much in there.
Old one? What do you mean?
Is that one of Eric's sweatshirts?
Yeah,
Did you,
yeah,
you
yeah,
sleep in his sweatshirt when he
Does it
leaves
look a little small on
town?
me? Does it look small?
You're like, let me keep your
It like
jersey.
it smells like
Yeah.
you, Eric, and you
Yeah.
put it on. And
Not too small. I like it. I really like it. I like the design. This is actually from what you explained to me. It's you might be getting away from this, but I'm a big fan of it.
I'm
The
gonna
the
assist
inside
with
feels
the
like I'm
design.
floating on a cloud.
that brand sweater or just the
Both.
yeah?
I'm thinking about moving away from this brand sweater and also not doing this graphic anymore. So
What do you guys think?
I like it.
I like it too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think from what we were talking about too, you're as the owner of SUP-LOC, you are very particular, which you have to be. I think for us is like we're just we love the brand and everything else, not so we're really
So not using it and switching to a different one, or was that your main?
both so this is a misprint that Marcus is wearing. You can't tell, and Marcus couldn't tell either.
I can't tell at all.
I can. So
I mean, yeah, it would fuck with you, yeah, I guess.
I gotta point it out now.
Yeah,
Where is it?
It's the O has a blur right there.
it has a blur.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a
I ain't
semen
mad at
stain.
that.
It is. It blurred the O.
Oh, okay. It blurred the
But
You can't combine that in there. It just
That's why I got into the clothing business. It actually it turns them on.
Yeah.
so to speak.
no,
I need clothes that don't fucking leave semen stains in them.
when I was filling the order that misprint came out of, there was about 4 misprints.
Oh, damn.
So I mean, you think about like on the other end, you want to make sure it's like just the highest quality, and you would never know.
Perfect. Yeah.
But on my end, I just blew through $150. You know?
For sure. Yeah.
So it's one of those things like, you know, it's a great graphic, but it's not worth blowing $150 every time somebody buys it. You know.
If it could happen multiple times again and
Correct.
again, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So Marcus is getting one of the very few, and Melanie.
It's
got
very,
one.
very slightly now. I can see it that he pointed it out, but
You
Yeah,
I would have
slightly.
never noticed it.
Same here. Fill the inside though.
I still can't see it. I don't know. You guys.
You're about to get
fucking
another
talking
semen stain on it.
about- Oh,
It's that soft. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's super soft. I love it.
Yeah, no, well, Erica came and visited us not too long ago. She went whitewater rafting.
Erica
camping.
Wexler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Erica Robin now. She's rebranding.
Erica Robin.
Yeah, so
Shout
she's-
out.
Because that was her married name. She doesn't mind me saying anything
Oh,
about
okay.
it. She's very public, you know, but like,
And who would want to carry that with them?
Where's she at?
she's out of Los Angeles, the LA
She
area.
is awesome. So, not to change, but do you know, does she have other websites or something to check out? Like,
If you go to her Instagram, she has a link tree
okay,
that she used to have. I think it was surrealism.net is what was hers. But now with that link tree, it's just as easy because you can click on clothing. It takes you to SUP-LOC to her collection.
oh nice.
And she also has originals. She has prints. So I'm not sure if she really necessarily pushes her website much anymore because the link tree just takes you
Yeah,
wherever you need to go.
wherever.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'll just look at that. I'm huge on art, and so is Carter here, and so I like looking.
How many artists do you have with you?
Right now I have 6.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
And I have 3 that are waiting for me to get my shit together and get them up on the website.
So 9 potentially.
You're right. Yeah.
Nice. Fuck yeah. Booming, dude.
And they are from all over the world, so it gets really confusing with the name support local. And it's like, well, you don't even have any local artists, which like I'm definitely looking for and looking to add. But the name comes from supporting local to them, like they're a charity that is local to them.
Oh, okay.
So, and I would like their community to support them also. So it's
That's
like
cool to know that. I didn't
That's
know
awesome.
that. I wondered.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I want to try to build a bridge between their community who may not know of them, because it's crazy that some of the artists are so well known, but nobody from where they're located, knows they're even from where they're located, So yeah, no, the name comes from that, and the business model. Like, do you guys want me to go clear back and talk about like?
I
why
was gonna
started
ask.
this?
I was gonna
Certainly.
ask you to start from the beginning.
Definitely.
Start from the beginning.
Let's hear it, bro.
Okay. I'll skip through some of it because it gets like monotonous.
Real
kinda.
dark.
Well, there's some parts. There's some parts that's hard to say it without it sounding like negative because it's a grind. It's hard. And
Oh,
you
for
don't-
sure.
You know what I mean?
You
But,
got to
like,
make us appreciate it, though. You might as well throw some of them in.
for sure. For sure. Yeah. No.
Well, and I think like you answering some of that, like, so I think a common question that you probably get is the SUP-LOC and or just the local,
Right.
what you just explained. But I think that's like the people's first question. So definitely having somewhat of like a background as much as you want to, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah. I'll skip back to like when I first had the idea. It was about 10 years ago.
Oh, hold on. Since Marcus is inducted now, you're officially our first guest. So that's fucking cool.
glad you brought that up.
I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that till just now.
Yep.
Was that really important as he's telling
Kind
the
of,
story?
because he's our first guest, bro.
I need to stop you talking.
It's significant.
Boom, boom, boom.
Tyler's really, like if he doesn't get it out right away, it's gone forever. So he
Yeah,
kind
there's
of
Tyler
has to.
bringing the lukewarm heat water again.
This
Yeah.
Get
episode
hot.
is sponsored by Excedrin's Extra Strength for when you can't finish your goddamn story.
And when you have a boner for longer than 4 hours.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep
Marcus
going.
knows how that
That's
goes.
called, that's called Privacy. Don't ask me how I know that.
Let me get 2 of those. You're right.
Yeah. But no, about 10 years ago is when I first got the idea that I wanted a clothing company, but it wasn't this idea. I wasn't this person. It wasn't right, and it took a lot of time and personal growth before anything could, I put it in like the back of my mind for a long time, and it was one of those things that it's
Gotta
one
get
of
up on it. Got to get up on it. It's tough. It feels foreign.
Sorry, is this better?
That is.
Not the
Got
voice.
that like
So
He sounds different.
sexier.
I after several years, it came back to my mind, and it was kind of it's one of those things like when say you're falling in love with somebody, or you just like broke up, how you find them in everything. You find them in every song, you find them in every movie, you see that person. And that's kind of how that idea started to feel. every stupid horoscope that I would like read, or everybody was like, hey, can I do a tarot card reading? And it was always like, you need to be doing the thing. You need to be
Fuck
doing
yeah.
the thing. And
It was catching up to you.
yeah, it was always in the back of my it was always in the back of my mind, and then I started thinking about it more often. And I didn't know if I was actually necessarily going to do anything about it. And then eventually I had one of those shit days.
It was
at
always
work.
tugging on you in the back, though, right?
It's tugging me from behind.
Okay.
The old reach under. Not
Better
the
than
reach
pushing
around.
you from behind, if you know what I'm saying.
But yeah, so I had a shit day at work. One of those like those epic days where like, I don't want to work with this fucking person anymore. I don't like how this is feeling. I don't like how this is going. And my wife had said
That's
to
how
me,
I feel about these two fools.
excedrin migraine.
Yeah.
For when Tyler won't let you finish your fucking story.
Yeah.
Now
I'm an interrupter.
Now back to the show.
I told you we'll get into it.
Yeah. He's the heat.
So yeah, no, one of those days I was like, you know what, it's time for me to do something. And my wife, she was like, you're gonna have to work with people you don't like until you're your own boss. And I was like, you know, you're right. I guess if I don't want to work with these people, I need to work on my own. So I went and I found one of my good friends. He was going to be an investor, and he had a grip of money, and he had a company that did something completely separate. And we kind of got into it together, and we were going to start it. And then his other company took like a $80,000 hit.
Jesus.
So what was supposed to take us 8 weeks, after 8 months, I had to kind of like approach it and be like, dude, I love you, but I gotta buy you out, or I can never get going. And it was very scary because he was the safety net. With him out, it's like, I need to put the house up. Like, there's nowhere else I'm going to get this money unless I place the biggest wager on myself that, like, I'm either going to, sink or swim, and I
Perfect
can really
motivation.
fuck this up, right? Yeah. No, there's nothing that will ever make you, like, find out who you think you are and then test that and be like, there's times I was better than I thought I was, and there's times it's like that inner bitch fucking wins on some days,
For sure,
like,
for sure.
So
We've all fought that one.
Oh my goodness. And especially, it's unique too. There's a couple different kind of personality
Excedrin.
types. Yeah, a couple of different personality types that
ibuprofen.
need to be pushed or can suffice by pushing themselves. And I think at this point too, and I think from listening, I don't know if you mentioned that you're married.
I do know that.
He did.
Fuck yeah.
I would hope he knows that.
I don't know. If
I
you
didn't
made-
even know that.
I don't know if you said it though. I don't know.
He did.
no.
Well,
I
he
don't know
said
if you
my
made it-
wife, so I mean.
We just
Okay.
lost all our female listeners.
You're right.
Fucking A, huh?
Thanks, sir.
One of them's
That was
married.
47% of our.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they can only find me on Tinder.
Well, the only reason why
It's Klonopin.
I mentioned that in particular is because there's so much riding on it. You know what I mean? It's like it's different when you're a bachelor and things like that. And kudos to all the bachelors out there that have the self motivation and the drive to do it. But
Harder, though, I would say.
a lot harder.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that feels like I could figure it out. It takes me a lot longer if I don't have maybe a support system or a support team or somebody in my corner, or somebody else that's relying on me. So I think that's like part of being a dad too. That brings out the best in a lot of people. And
Are you a dad, Eric?
I have my first child is coming in December.
Woo!
What?
That was the
December?
big news.
December, yeah.
That
Damn,
was
do
the
you know the
big
due
news.
date? What's the date?
It's supposed to be the 12th. Yes.
The
thank you.
12th? That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm
Totally.
pushing
Dad
for
bod
the 20th.
inducted, everybody.
Hold on. Is it a girl?
It's a boy.
Oh, okay.
We
cool.
were told it was a girl. It was like, dude, that was a fucking roller coaster ride of emotions, man. Yeah, no. Let me wrap up the SUP-LOC business thing.
Yeah,
We'll just
sorry.
Start
Fuck
rolling
yeah.
into banter and shit.
Excedrin, sorry.
Etc. Yeah. I also brought Midol because you guys are.
Because you knew
guys
we
are
were here with
making me-
Marcus.
Yeah, you guys are making me really emotional. No, actually,
It's a cramps. I give him cramps. Go
I'm going to
ahead.
get past
Go
that
ahead.
one.
Tell us. Bring us up to speed.
Excedrin and
SUP-LOC.
Midol is
So-
the name of
so,
today's episode.
honestly, I didn't know what the business plan was going to be because even then I just wanted a clothing company. I wanted to work with artists. I wanted-
And as your own boss.
and my own boss.
Mhm.
But like, it still didn't really come together. It was like this. So the couple that me and my wife live next to are so like selfless. They're young, like 27 years old, social workers, all this fucking, and they're cool too. I mean, they drink on the weekends.
Nice.
But they also like just do so much selfless charity type stuff, right?
Super driven in that aspect.
And just super selfless, right? So when this horrible day at work happened, I was stuck in this spot of like, what am I doing with my fucking life? You know, like, and then living next.
How
to
long ago was this? Sorry.
This, when it originally started to take place, it was actually Martin Luther King Day 2 days ago. I'll never forget it.
Okay.
I'll never forget the day.
Fucking A.
So, yeah, super pissed at work. It's like, fuck this. But at the same time, it wasn't right. Like, I was having this moment of reflection of like, what am I doing with my life? You know, and I work a 60-hour a week day job, and you know, it pays well. I'm compensated for my time, but at the same time, there's a lot of times that it's just like, what am I doing with my life? This is meaningless. It feels meaningless, right? You're just another cog in the wheel type
Number.
thing. And I wanted to do the t-shirt company, and I also wanted to help people and to do charity work. And then it just kind of it hit me in the way of, if you've ever heard of a book called War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, where he talks about the muse.
That's one of my 3 books on my bookshelf.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
He hasn't read it yet, but
Right,
he
That's
owns
cool.
right next to my bed is one of
No
my
kidding? Have you read it,
3
Tyler?
or 4 books. I've read the first quarter of it. I'd
Nice.
say. Yeah.
Very cool though. That's
I
cool.
haven't had it for very long. My dad actually just gave it to me.
a
Not
small
world.
recently, so.
Very cool.
So yeah, no, he talks about the muse, and it's almost one of those things where like you don't choose an idea chooses you.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
And that's what it felt like, because when I
Ooh, I just got the chills, dude. Definitely.
when I had that idea, it didn't feel like I had it. It felt like I caught it, you know, and it
Okay.
felt like it was like, wow, that's
Someone else put it there,
It
maybe.
felt like somebody else put it there. It felt like it wasn't even mine, you know, but it was it's what I needed to do. And I started looking into the business plan of like, all right, well, how do I work with artists? How are artists getting paid? And I realized the artists were not getting paid well at all.
That's for sure.
So the first thing I did is I found, and I'm sure there's others out there. Like, I mean, I can't speak for every company's bad, and I don't like to mention companies that are bad and try to grandstand, you know?
Yeah.
But the first company I could find, I took what they pay artists, the number 1 I could find, and the number 2, and I added it together. And then as I had less misprints and I was wasting like not as many products, I added another couple dollars onto that.
Fuck yeah.
And I wanted to donate $1 from every sale to a charity that's local to the artists.
Is this where the support comes from?
It's where SUP-LOC,
SUP?
yeah, the
Okay.
supporting local.
Fuck
So-
yeah, dude.
So now it was kind of one of those things of like, okay, I have the dream. I have the way that I can pay artists like basically twice of what any other company I could find, and I could still have enough money to donate to a charity. Now I just have to go out and I have to get the LLC, the equipment.
Is LSE a license?
It's
Limited liability.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I did hold on, I'm gonna chew this cough drop real quick. I'm talking around it now. So yeah, that's where I brought in the business partner, and then fast forward 8 months later, and it was like, dude, if I don't do this, and by that point, I already had Erica on board, I had Gonzo on board, I had Brandon on board. I had quite a few, and they were just waiting for me, and I've been telling them for a while, like, hey, it's coming, and it wasn't coming. So now it's like put in that position where it's like, I feel like a fucking liar, you
Yeah.
know? Like, and it was nobody's fault because it was circumstance of like, you know, just everything could go wrong. And it was one of those things like, well, if you want to make this happen, you have to do it. Just
Bada
you.
boom, dude.
Right. So that's how it got started, and we launched. I don't remember if it was the day before or the day after the state of Idaho like everything shut down. So we launched on the 14th.
What do you mean shut down?
I mean, like, you know, the state shut down. Nobody go outside
for the
Okay,
COVID.
Yeah.
for COVID. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Capital T, COVID.
yeah, one of those things you can never anticipate when it takes like 8 months to get something launched, and then the day that it launches is like within 24 hours of when everybody's like, hey, go home, no money coming.
Boom, boom, boom,
And then,
boom.
right. And then there's me with like, I just put my house on red and fucking,
Yeah.
you know, it spun the roulette wheel. So it was super scary, man. But,
That's fucking rough, dude.
but at the same time,
It's one of those things. It's one of those tests that, you had so much positive going into it that I think that's what kind of like that was kind of a wave that you were riding. I mean, some of those artists are fantastic. I know that we'll get more to the details. Right now is like the overall stuff, which is I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to get you off track at all. I want the listeners to get the full spectrum of it. But I definitely want to I think riding that wave and getting through the pandemic and keeping on going is definitely awesome for you to do.
Well, in the intro, it all sounds dark and hard and almost like sad when you say it, of like, fuck, it sucked and it was scary, But, one thing that I will say is if you're ever going to start a business, you have to be like, there's one of three things. And one of them is you have to be actually like really, really good at what it is you're going to do. If your dad was a plumber, you're now a plumber by trade. Another thing is it has to be something that you have to have a lot of just self-belief of like, no matter what happens, I'll fucking captain this through anything. And the third thing though is that I guess that's the third thing too. the self-belief, but also just the knowledge of like, it has to be something you believe in is the third thing. It has to be something that's like, when all the chips are down and I'm exhausted, this is something that's way more important than I am. And that's why with the paying the artists more, and they've already paid the dues. The fact that they would work with a company that's just an upstart is super humbling. And it's one of those things of like, hey, well, now I need to play my position. How many teams will fail if one person doesn't play their position? So that's where it's like, well, now it's on me. I need to play my position. And I revel in that. I love that. And it's hard at times. It's like, because I have that day job. But knowing that like the charity and the artist and them putting that faith in me is like, I'm more guilt driven than anything. Is like, if I feel like I let someone down, fuck, man.
I'm a little bit with you there, dude. I give my word and it needs to be solid.
Right.
I'm with you there.
Right. So
sure.
On those days that I'm like, holy shit, this is struggling. Like, it gets us to those days where it's like at the top of the mountain, you're like, this summit's fucking beautiful. And those highs and lows, they come all the time. But at the end of the day, like, I know the product is solid. I know the vision and the mission is solid.
I'll say the product is very solid. I'm wearing some of it.
As
I'm
am
thoroughly
I.
enjoying it. The designs
I can't stop
are awesome,
touching it.
Right? Yeah. It hasn't been washed yet. You know
I
what
spiked
mean?
his
It's
drink
fresh.
with Molly.
I
That's the Molly he's feeling.
I didn't.
It's about time.
I didn't print on my underwear.
I feel like
Donnie.
I'm flying. No, it's
Prove it.
It's an excellent product. I mean, it's an excellent story. Just like any good story.
It's excellent art too, though. Before, even after
the
all that,
artists are
it's
great,
all great.
But I don't want to get away. So while we're still on SUP-LOC itself, like I definitely want to focus on the fact that I
got a question too.
The artists are awesome, but any good story, has some struggle in it. You know what I mean?
It's my favorite part.
Right? Exactly.
Like
Like you said, that's what feeds you. That's what drives you, and stuff like that.
Well,
so
there had to be one point where that was all you believed in. You know what I mean? There at some point during
just refusing to fail.
Yeah, exactly. That was all you believed in, and
No.
so it fucking has a huge part of you now.
Oh yeah, no. This is before we had the baby coming, I said that this was my child.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this was my child. And
Is it a girl or a boy?
Holy crap.
why are
Where
you
the hell
assuming
were
it's
you
gender,
10
bro?
minutes
Oh, okay. Touche.
But no, like there was times that even my wife, when she was like, "You don't seem scared by the gamble you're about to take," and I was like, "I'm fucking terrified."
She sounds like a smart lady, bro.
She's super smart, and but she was looking at me. And she's like, "You don't seem scared." And I was like, "No, I'm terrified. I'm focused on fixing this problem of like getting it launched and getting it successful." So, like, yeah, I didn't appear scared, but like, no, for sure, it's like, no, I'm gambling everything on this, but I also like, if you're ever gonna take a risk, have it be on you, and you have no one to blame but you. So you can't fuck that up.
Do you feel like it's working?
Oh, for sure.
You feel like it's paying out?
It has its highs and lows, but it's the end game.
It's all worth it?
It's one of those things of like,
Fuck yeah, dude.
So you have all these other companies that are paying artists shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why would artists want to work there when they find out like what we're offering, and then all of a sudden it's like, the company gets paid something from every artist, and so if you just treat them right and like set a culture, then artists are going to come to you. So that's what is happening, and what is going to continue to happen is that for me to have to go from the grind of like approaching artists and be like, hey, I know you don't know me, but I want you to trust me. And a lot of them are always like, I don't know you, and I've been burned by people before. So it's going to work because it's going to develop its reputation, but it takes time.
It's all integrity based, it sounds like.
But that time is just, you know, like, it's like instant gratification. It's like conquering that inner bitch. You go to the gym, you do your workout, you get done, you feel good instantly.
I don't know that.
That's Donnie, everybody.
Or
I will say,
or say if you're trying to finish a burger.
I know
like
that.
One of the free, if you finish it, it's free.
I was going to say the same thing, though, that I can't remember the wording of the saying, but anything worth having doesn't come easy or something like that. Like, it's
or
always
if it
gonna
was
be.
easy, everybody would do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
exactly.
huge on quotes. Like when you guys said your shit the other day or the couple episodes back
Yeah.
about quotes, like there's two that I live between. There's one of them I'm always reminded of, and one that I always have to remind myself of. And the one I'm always reminded of is it's a Dalai Lama quote of, "Man trades his health for wealth and spends his wealth trying to get his health back." And you know when you're
That's deep.
dude, when you're grinding to make money, you feel the grind. You don't have the money, and you know that when I get this money, I'm going to buy organic food for myself because I've been eating hot garbage for the last, you know, every successful person talks about how they were eating ramen and cup of noodles and shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
for years.
I still do.
Right.
Well, that's funny. That's
He's
funny you
still
say
not
that.
successful.
So Blink-182 wasn't without. That was the name of their label, right? The label that they created was fueled by ramen.
Was it?
Yeah.
I just want to take a line from Marcus and be like, can you guys just let him land the damn plane?
Who?
Yeah.
Eric?
Eric.
Donnie's
Oh no!
interested in you, Eric.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna.
No, Eric said, "Yeah, motherfucker." He
This,
just-
this is your pilot speaking.
yeah.
If traffic control Marcus would let me run this back around.
Have you ever been on a podcast? Hold on.
No.
No.
Well, that-
you're killing it.
That was gonna be one of my questions too. Like, because I'm not gonna pretend like
This is your
we haven't known
pilot
each other for a long time. But one thing that like a legitimate question. So I'm not gonna gear my questions as if I haven't known you.
I'm
like,
gonna
pretty much
interrupt.
my whole
I'm gonna
life.
interrupt you and say,
But-
that Marcus is in my death boat.
Oh.
We'll go into that. I love that. You're
into
in
that
mine as
later.
well, brother. Yeah, and I love that, and I want to go more into depth about that. But
Okay.
I
I can tell you guys some fucking Marcus stories, dude. You guys enjoy Logan because I partied with fucking Wolverine, man. This guy was a lunatic.
You mean wild card?
I can't share those stories. My family
Fucking
listens.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's we
sorry, please
definitely.
finish, Marcus.
Hold on, Marcus.
No, I mean,
Donnie wants him to land his plane.
But also like a successful, like our successful friendship, or business or anything else. Not you go through the dark, you get to the end of the tunnel with the light, and then it's pretty awesome. But no, I want to know. I mean, have you ever publicly? Now, of course, like, have you ever publicly told the story, the
going?
beginning stories, the origins of SUP-LOC?
Yeah, no.
You have in a public forum.
Yeah, there was a.
Ooh.
It was the East Idaho State Journal did one, and I loved.
These are getting deeper. Hashtag deep, bro.
Well, I want him to talk about this because
Peel your fucking layers
because I
back,
kind of already
Eric.
knew the answer. But go ahead. I want tell us about it.
No, it was. I mean, it was pretty much the same. It was the same story, but I don't know. It wasn't so off the cuff that I think I had a lot of time to think about it. And really, the metaphor that I used for that was pretty cliche, but it was like the wanting to help artists was the peanut butter, and then wanting to help charities was the jelly.
I love
And,
it.
Fuck yeah.
PB&J, baby.
but like they never.
Where's the bread?
I didn't know that they were gonna touch and make something. Like there was a struggle going on of like, what am I doing with my life? I want to do these two things. There's two things I want to do, and all of a sudden it was, I want to do one thing, and it's both these things.
Damn.
And that's when the muse came and told me like, well, just do both those things, dude. Like,
Is the
fuck your
muse
problem.
is what Marcus is trying to get you to talk about here?
Well, the muse is just when it's the creative thinking. It's what Pressfield talks about like, if you're an author, you show up to work, you sit at your computer every day at 8 a.m. You just start writing. You don't know what you're gonna write. You just write.
Just go, yeah.
Just go, and then the muse. It's one of those things of like going.
It'll sing its song through you.
Going professional. It's like, you're gonna be a professional writer. Then why aren't you fucking writing? Sit and write.
Boom,
and then,
dude.
So.
You're gonna make me quit my job and podcast every day.
Inspirational
You should,
stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you should bet everything on yourself. And when it fails, Don't fucking call me, dude.
Yeah.
Don't come back to this episode.
So something was missing, right? Like, how many people are going to be like, I bet everything on myself and I fucking failed,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and I'm going to call Eric and I'm
Yeah.
going
SUP-LOC Eric.
right.
No, but there's so many other parts of that equation. It's not, betting on yourself is the huge first step, but I mean there has to be so much follow through and
So what I was
footwork,
gonna
right?
say too.
My
like,
grandma used to say,
Marcus is prodding you. He wants you to say
I'm
something.
not sure what he's.
No, I'm
trying
not.
to
I'm
get
not
to.
prodding him. I'm not prodding him.
The
What-
second quote that I was getting to was the one that I had put on Facebook about hell is when you die you meet the person you could have been.
I like that one. I'm
Yeah.
going to publicly say I don't like it because you didn't like mine, I heard, but whatever.
Oh yeah, you said yours wrong. Yeah, and you're better than that. Not liking what I have to say because
I know, right?
No,
I thought more of you, man.
He's
I
definitely
said I
not
liked it
better
first.
than
Don't
that.
worry.
This
Yeah.
this was an
I'm
interview. I
upset.
thought you were going to be the first employee for SUP-LOC,
Damn, son.
but I've seen you now,
Huh,
and I don't
for
like what I see.
pull back the curtains and you just realize it's just this petty guy who's just like, you didn't like mine, I don't like yours.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Beautiful.
Right.
I said I liked it first.
I
said I liked it first, everybody.
I say you could do better.
A
is
better
what I
quote?
Yeah, I think you can get deeper. I think you had the best.
You know what?
idea
Check
that
this
I've
out.
heard this
I got one.
podcast Have, and it was for not the best quote.
I'll tell you, I got one. Eric Bagley said it. You can do better. That's my fucking quote,
That's a good one.
son.
That's it.
I
He's
like
gonna live
it.
off of that
I'm gonna
quote.
live off
I'm
that
gonna
shit.
I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt.
Yes,
Yes.
you can do it.
No, I
do
think
better.
that when it comes to that, so I wasn't poking or prodding or kind of like direct you in
I'm
any
kidding.
kind
I'm
of
sorry,
particular
Marcus.
way.
I'm
No,
kidding.
it's okay. But
No, but
but I
please
did want to
do.
clear that up because I honestly legitimately wanted to know. That's one thing that I don't think that you and I have discussed is I was curious if you actually had, not in like a podcast form. I'm I think we would have covered that if you had already.
No,
but
you guys are popping my cherry right
yeah,
here.
so this is the first time, being on a podcast talking about it, and it's so awesome. Not only because, we're family, you're getting ready. Well, you are a father currently. Your baby
Yeah.
hasn't been born yet. So,
Definitely.
but you are a father.
Pro-life. Heard that, son.
Right, and then but then also, I know a couple of articles have been written up about you and things like
It was
that
the
as well.
one. The one was written, but I didn't know how big it was when it was written because,
Like newspaper styles?
yeah, like so it was in the East Idaho Business Journal,
Okay.
and I didn't know that is in like 12 different newspapers across Idaho, and that I was the front page, and that they changed their
Whoa.
Facebook profile picture to me, and like
Hell
and,
yeah.
and it was crazy too because like the day that I got the message from the reporter, she's like, hey, this is who I am, would you like to do an interview? I was like, yeah, for sure. And I had no idea how big the article would be, and that was on April Fool's Day.
Ooh.
And
Gotcha, bitch.
yeah, yeah. So, dude, and
Hard day to
so,
take anything
so
serious.
my wife all day is like, when are you gonna be home? When are you gonna be home? And she's not like that, so I'm kind of like, what the fuck is going on,
You didn't even know it was April Fool's of the day.
I knew it was April Fool's, but it was one of
Okay.
those things like it's just not. It's not in her to be like super, like she's not jealous. She's not gonna prank me.
She's
It's
not
just-
naggy.
Yeah, so it's one of those things like I'm really wondering why she's like every
You're like, is she about to play a fucking joke?
yeah
Big shout out to Jazz right now.
yeah. Shout out to my wife Jazz.
I'll shout her out too. Jazz,
She's
you sound pretty
badass.
cool. Yeah, you sound badass.
So I get home and my dog runs up to me, and this is on April Fool's Day, and the dog has the letter around her neck telling me that my wife is pregnant.
Oh,
So, like,
that's solid, dude. That's
yeah.
good.
So
That is fucking
it's
good.
like a half-hour time of all this, like, hey, babe, I'm going to be in the newspaper. Holy shit. And I'm like, of course, get all choked up. And, like, dude, my poor wife, like, the dog runs up, and the note says, like, congratulations, you're being promoted from dog dad to human dad. And I'm, like, getting emotional, and my dog's in front of me. I'm like, can I still be a dog dad? And she's like, of course. And instead of going and hugging my wife, I hug my dog that's right in front of me. Like,
I'm still your father.
That's her fault. That one's her
it
fault.
was for
You're
sure.
not playing second fiddle to this
yeah.
human child.
So,
Yeah.
April Fool's Day was a day of no jokes. That's for
That's
sure.
cool though, dude.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
fucking like, it would have been funny if you didn't, you're like, hey, fucker, you pet the dog and like walk away.
Right, like-
Long fucking day, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna go out and celebrate with my dog.
I'm not falling for this. It did say like hashtag no fooling
Oh.
on the,
Yeah.
but
It's a good day to pick it.
But yeah, no, there's I think that pretty much sums it up. It was the fact that I wanted to have a clothing brand. And I saw what artists were getting, how they were getting paid. I wanted to do better, and my neighbors were very selfless and did a lot of charity, and I wanted to do that.
This was my question. I was like, you said something about your neighbors earlier. How do they tie into this? But that answers it.
They inspired me. They inspired me to do the charitable aspect.
Do they know this?
They do.
Okay, I was like, you need to go tell those motherfuckers about it.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck those fools.
No. Shout out to the Foxes. They're amazing.
The Foxes.
Well, and I've known a couple of the
the
people
wife
that
sounds hot.
Okay,
She's
well,
a
anyway.
fox.
Because she's a fox.
Yeah.
But I've known a couple of people that have that have attempted to start their own clothing company, and a couple,
Agreed.
some of them have
Same.
been like cool ideas and stuff. But if you I think you kind of nailed it on to like the question as to like why. I know there's a lot. Like you spend the money on all the material before you could even make a fucking dollar. You spend your money on everything, so you definitely have to have your financial bases covered that way.
It's the why. It's the why. Mm-hmm. I think I know your question, and at least I know what it's inspired me to think of. And you remember when Mike Tyson got knocked out by James Buster Douglas?
Mike Tyson never lost a fight.
So anyways, so now you guys have learned the history of Frank Mir. Let me tell you about Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
So.
Now you're speaking my language. Let's talk about let's get into the physical sports.
So Buster Douglas did nobody thought it could be done. He knocked out Mike Tyson, and they asked him like how he did it, and he said that his mom had passed away a couple days before the fight, and he told his mom before she passed away that he was going to knock out Mike Tyson, and that was his why. It's why he did the unthinkable. And it's how great is your why?
It's not even cold in here, and I keep getting the goddamn
It's
chills.
brilliant. No, you're absolutely right. And the way that Eric communicates, I mean, I guess just right off the top, I guess you guys haven't really. This is your first taste into it, but
well, we're trying to communicate. Just kidding.
I'm gonna come across this fucking table. I'm gonna Buster Douglas you.
Anyway. Let Marcus feed my ego, please.
No. But
it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you away from all these goosebumps, Tyler. I'm letting your body calm down on you. So, but here's the thing.
My socks are wet, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, you're moist.
Yeah.
And you're wrecked.
But,
What, Marcus?
I have no fucking
the
idea.
only one that's listening now.
He lost it.
Let's move on.
Marcus, the only one that's listening now. Come on, Marcus.
The only one talking the whole time. Tyler, everybody. Here we go. No, Eric. You definitely. You were absolutely 100% right. That's kind of the direction I was going. Is the why, right? And so going along with those different clothing companies or the different people that I knew that were entrepreneurship and very intelligent people and stuff, but not only is it a very tough business to get into, but you have to be more passionate than just being a business owner. When it comes to clothing, you have to be passionate about the other things, and for one, the artist, getting paid what they're worth and stuff like that. The different directions that you've taken, and it's not necessarily to feed your ego, because I think that you did it on your own in the way of you answered the question why before the question was even asked. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from the beginning stages of SUP-LOC, I think. So I just knowing you the way that I know you, I think that you were like, okay, I got to answer the question why within my own self before I even take the step into this financial obligation, because just putting awesome prints on the clothing and stuff like that isn't going to get you there.
No, it's true. I mean, it's a very saturated market. I mean, like you said, how many bar owners do you know? How many clothing companies or people start them, and it's saturated. There's a bar on every corner. There's an Instagram for, we could probably sit here and find 100 different clothing brands in 20 minutes. So what sets you aside? It has to be something that's not special for the sake of money or special for the sake of being special, but it just has to be something in its own that defines itself as something great. And
integrity based, bro.
Integrity based. Well, and like Erica and Gonzo, I talk to both of them about 2 to 3 times a week, and we just talk about life. We just bullshit. We don't talk we'll talk about SUP-LOC some, but no, we're a team.
So she's LA. Where's he at? You guys, is it on the phone? I assume.
Yeah. No, so he's very nomadic. He actually was getting ready to move to England
He's a
before
gypsy.
COVID. Yeah. so he's kind of he's been based out of LA because that's, you know, kind of his home base, but he was getting ready to relocate to England. COVID hit. Came back, then he went. Now he's in Portland. He just moved to Portland last week.
Scary.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's a dad right there. I love it.
Yeah.
Scary. I don't want my child moving to Portland
I
right
was
now.
gonna say euphoric.
Oh my
Goodness.
god. No, I guess in all the times that you, and that's what's so funny too. Like nowadays, not to get away from that, but
Go wherever you wanna go, buddy.
in the history of Portland, never until 2020 has it ever
Has
been
it been
considered
scary? Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
It's always been like, oh my god, what a great place for an artist. But no, I think for the first time in history, like Portland's ever not been embraced as like an artistic community, but more so of a dangerous place. And a lot of that thing too is being spoon fed to us, you know, by upper fucking, you know what I mean? Because I go there, you know, being here in Boise, we're 6 hours away, so I go there periodically. I will say the last time I was there was the only time it really didn't feel like traditional Portland, but that was mostly because it was really hot. It was in August, and they had actually Max. You know, the Max is I think it's like nationwide known as like the best public transit system of all time. But it was shut down because it was over 100 degrees, and when it happens to Portland, then it shuts the whole fucking city down, and that's a weird thing. But anyway, not to go too much on that. But
I was gonna ask. I'm just kidding.
I know, I know. All of a sudden, like you didn't realize I was so passionate about Portland.
I'm like, what's the transportation system you're speaking of, Marcus?
The Max. have you not been to Portland?
No.
Okay, so so for people that have ever been to Portland, you'll know what I
Just
mean.
all around.
I wish
Anywhere
that-
but Portland I've been, actually, believe
Really?
it or not. Yeah.
Well, in Portland they have what's called the Max. Anyway, it's the best public transit
Is it
system
like the
nationwide.
BART for fucking... Is it
Yeah,
like BART? Okay.
Exactly. Just better managed, better. You know, it's just.
Okay, before we get too far away from Eric and SUP-LOC, I do want
Eric
to
didn't cheers me. I really don't think he
how,
likes me.
I can't reach you, bro.
how did you
I can reach
choose
my
or
bro.
or get a hold of or the artist like
Instagram.
that you just were on there looking and just decided I want to make
Yeah.
their art more out there or
Yeah.
It's one of the best things
it was,
since it's become, dude.
Yeah. No, I reached
Good
out.
and bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one that joined was Gonzo, and at the time he had like 30,000, followers, and he was excited. I caught him at a really cool transitional point of his life too. He was in Europe, doing some soul searching, and him joining gave me the confidence to then approach Erica because she has such a huge following, and now like her and Gonzo have like they have such strong followings, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gonzo, and then it gave me the confidence to approach others, and I found them all on Instagram, and now there are artists that like are approaching me on Instagram too, and Instagram's where all the business has been done.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take any of your story. But I will say that these that those artists in particular really kind of communicate you to me. So I mean, I would say if you know Eric, then you know like the Ugonzo and everything like very.
He's a psychedelic man.
Psychedelic. There you go. That's what
Okay.
I was looking for. Like psychedelic, but super fucking cool.
That
Kind of
and
like
surrealism. Yeah.
surrealism. Yeah, go ahead.
So Erica, like this is, I love that you keep saying integrity, Tyler, because that's one of the words that,
Integrity. The word integrity saved my life, bro. That's all
Right.
I'm saying.
So
Nice.
so Erica, when she was like, I love it, she sent me like 70 art files, right? Like we don't even have
Damn.
all her stuff up yet,
Mhm.
And
She's like,
later
I'm
on-
in.
She was like, I'm in, and I just feel I can trust you. So and later on, I told her, I was like, hey, I would like to buy some of these prints from you. And she's like, well, you have the files. And I said, that's not why you gave me the files. So I still bought art from her that I could have printed myself because that's not why she gave it
She's
to
like,
me.
fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah. And like, I wasn't doing it to like, for a compliment from her or anything like that. It's just, integrity is the right thing to do when no one's looking type thing, and
Fucking A.
so yeah, no, it's all integrity based, and to not get into it, like to not start it to make money, but do all the things you say you're gonna do. Eventually, like the money will come. Just do your part, play your position.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it's gone. And the artist though, like, no, you're right. Like, it's because even jazz is like, you should try to find some artists that aren't like stuff that you love, and like branch out and like she's absolutely right. Like art is very subjective, and but for sure the artists that have like been with me from day one are definitely, you could tell that's my shit. Like I have my house is like I've bought prints from all of them and decorated my house with their artwork, because supporting them isn't just printing shirts for them, it's supporting them.
Yeah.
So buying their shit,
Well, like you were saying with your role too, if you play your role properly, everything will come how it needs to come.
Right? And then,
I mean?
yeah, I think you, saying that too, I didn't want to forget to mention too, like starting any kind of venture with your main end goal being like monetary gain, right? Like financial gain or something like that. I feel like that's like the first, that's the first step to failure. You know what I'm saying? If you jump into this, like, if you jump into podcasting, you jump into any kind of business venture or anything like that, just for a monetary gain, that being your end result, then you're just not going to have. You have to be passionate about the whole process, and just
you got to play your role.
Yes.
You'll quit before the money
You're fucking
comes.
right
the
there.
artistic expression, and for you, it's clothing. I love that the intellectual psychedelic like feel to all this stuff. Those particular artists, like those to me. And if you want to get to know Eric, like that's exactly it's a blend of intelligence blended into artistic psychedelic form, or however you want to do that. So I think that's super cool. But so those two things, and then the monetary gain. I'm really glad that that's not your ultimate. You know what I mean? Like you do the footwork and things just kind of unfold the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah, no, it'll come. It'll come. It's just showing up. It's like the muse. It's like the being professional. Show up, and time comes. All time comes from somewhere.
Fuck yeah, dude.
The time that I'm putting into SUP-LOC is time that I'm not watching Netflix with my wife, which is some time that I need some from.
Yeah, you Netflix and chill sometimes, dog.
You gotta do it.
That.
It's good to take a break, because when you come back, there's actually new shit, which doesn't happen very often on Netflix. So.
Right.
Once a year.
You got to take a break.
But yeah, no, it's all time comes from somewhere, and you have to find the time, because sleep will take time back. You'll sleep when you don't have time. It'll grab you if you don't give it to it ahead of time. So
that's a good one. My dad always told me there's plenty of time to sleep when you're dead.
Right.
That's right, but I mean
yours is the exact opposite. You're right though.
Yeah.
Yours is probably more right than his.
Well, dude, I mean, like my day job's 60 hours, and then I put in about 20 hours for SUP-LOC, and then I have to have a relationship with my wife, and I have to have sleep.
I'm sure you put in more than 20, and you just don't really realize it. Anyways, though.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you put in a lot more.
Between the planning and the stuff on the sidelines, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, but I'm also lucky because the artists have they've paid their dues in a big way, that I'm able to like, hey, let me help you put your stuff out there that you've already done. You've already done the hard work. Like, so it was one of those things where like Erica was like, I've been kind of waiting for someone like you to come along, like. Was kind
Like, I'm married, lady. Leave me alone.
Let's talk about this in private.
She's legit too. Erica's awesome. One of these days, you might get her on the podcast if you quit making those fucking comments. Like that.
Right. We're not gonna get anybody.
But
I guess she's not coming on the podcast.
Well, no. She's gonna come on just to rectify that.
Yeah.
Rectify that story. She's gonna be like, "Look, motherfucker. Okay, all right. I love Eric, but that's not what's going on that anybody should know about."
So
Thanks for pulling me out of the water, Marcus.
Got you, brother. I got you.
man, this didn't get awkward at all.
It-
So that's SUP-LOC. Let's tell some Marcus
That's why
stories.
you're trapped in the corner.
let's tell some
run away.
Marcus stories now.
I'll tell you what. No, we don't have to be specific with me, but I will say that Eric and I go back so far that it really is. It's cool because I think when we were younger and the way that we approached life was that it was fucking, today was the last day that we're gonna live, and god damn it if we didn't fucking burn every house down, if we didn't start if we didn't start every fight and finish every fight. And it was like and we were just talking about this the other day, and the fury and the like, I don't know, we were fueled by chaos, you know what I mean?
Mayhem,
By mayhem,
if you
no
will.
doubt. Yeah, exactly. And Tyler, I know you know exactly what I mean. Donna, you too. But I think that you may have traditionally steered away, like based on what I know of your past and stuff like that. I think I'll tell you what. As far as Eric and I go, I'm surprised that we're sitting here today. I'll just I'll put it at that. We we almost intentionally put ourselves in situations where it was like,
that over
well,
on the other side of my mic.
well, I mean, I was like, I know for a fact, like we put ourselves in situations where it was like, this is the fucking end. Like this is it. Like we're not walking away from this and fully intact. And some fucking way or another, we ended up here with our level.
That's the
heads
best way to
intact.
live, in my opinion, guys.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
Dance on that fucking ice, son.
There's not
Dance.
much that there's really not that much that can that I'm too scared of nowadays. Maybe as a result.
Except the boogeyman, maybe.
It's because we don't put ourselves in the positions we did back
Totally.
then. That was fucking dumb. And Donnie knew better from a younger age.
There you go.
I think it was
Oh,
about
wow.
27 when I grew up.
You're right.
27.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna
that's
be
when I met my
mine's gonna
wife.
be 37 when I grow up.
That's when I met my wife and bought and paid for this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I
27?
forgot he bought his first
Yeah,
kid.
we don't have video correspondence with that, but he's
I found him in a box on the side of the road. Said $1.
Yeah.
You know, kind of how you sell puppies.
So
It was-
at 27, you got married.
That box
and
cost 25
I think
cents.
that,
That's
I think
what
you were
I'm saying.
probably.
It
but
would've been
you-
at least
for
$1.50.
you, Donnie. Out of all of us dads, I think you are the.
He's proper.
No, I mean, I just you're like some people were definitely born to be fathers, you know what I mean, and givers, you know what I mean. Like you're.
I was telling Marcus,
Oh,
I
he's a
think,
giver.
I think you guys are
definitely a
Jay
giver.
and Silent Bob. Like
Yeah.
you come in when you have the fucking groundbreaking
Yeah.
like shit that needs to be heard, but otherwise you're
Everyone's like, "Oh my god, he just said
and
it."
Tyler
He
just never
talks.
shuts up.
well, you're just
fine.
very
It's fine.
you're quiet. You're quiet and perceptful. Or, is perceptful a word? Perceiving. I just made up that word.
Perceptive.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Fuck, the time that Tyler's smarter
I
than
know,
me.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that
What
up.
is it?
And
It's
just
perceptive.
That's so funny. That's so
It's
funny.
perceptive.
So going
Yeah.
back to like the latest episode of Legion.
Uh-huh.
Legion of Skanks for
Yes.
the listeners, whatever else.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, bro, yeah.
Where they go, is that a word?
He's like, a tweet. Yes, it's a fucking word.
Yeah. Mid podcast had to be like, I don't think that's a fucking word. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, and he's
and,
like, it
uh,
might be a word though. I'm with you, bro. They
Yeah.
don't share this moment.
No, I think yeah, perception.
I'm trying to think of the word. We're both trying to think of the word
Oh!
right now.
Sorry.
Donnie's not fully locked in and engaged on this podcast. He happens to
That's why he hasn't said
Very
anything.
interested in-
Dak
in
Prescott's
football.
foot is completely sideways.
ew.
Yeah.
Oh, so is that a big thing that maybe?
that's their
He
star
lost
quarterback.
points on his fantasy.
Oh, shit.
No, he watch his foot. I'm sorry.
This is a football podcast, Eric.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, but it's a football
No,
podcast.
I apologize. I'll edit all that out. But
I was
Someone-
like, Donnie, you're
someone's-
so
no, keep it in.
smart.
His
And
foot
he's
goes
like, I'm
from
just not
this
paying
to-
attention
Yeah.
ever.
You're losing it.
Keep it in
Sorry.
because I think
You're out of your element,
bad.
Donnie. You're out of your element.
amidst this podcast, someone's career just ended.
his might have. Holy crap.
Right?
That could be a lot of people,
Fuck.
though. Not even careers, though. Lives, though, if you think about. Like, if you want to get hashtag deep.
No, I don't want to get hashtag deep.
Okay, never mind then.
I don't
wanna-
see
I
how
want
you
to keep
built that
hashtag
bridge.
on the surface.
Let's edit that out.
Here's my brother calling me to talk about that.
don't take it. Don't take it.
I'm not going to.
Which one?
Squash.
We don't want to talk to him.
No, I'm going to text him.
No, I definitely think we anticipated to talk more about those sorts of things. I mean, Eric, you were equally as a savage. Oh, what's also funny? So I didn't tell you this, Eric, but like we were at a barbecue. What was that in June? Now was that already back in June?
I'm going to say June. It felt like deep summertime. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Well, I was
saying?
just thinking
Felt
the other
real
day.
hot out.
So what I did to you,
You know?
Tyler, Eric's done to me. Eric's put me in a
Oh,
triangle
you
choke.
went out of some out of called for shit.
We were at a
I'm
house
fucking-
party. Eric and I man, we were young. Like it didn't give like he was my best he was my best training partner, or like him and I we could train a box.
Can I pause this and ask a question?
No.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
this death boat you keep talking of.
Oh, we'll get there.
No, I want to ask:
Yeah.
is that suggesting that Eric here is one of your best friends?
Oh, 100%. He's
Okay.
family. Yeah.
Keep going then. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering the camaraderie between you guys here.
I
at
want to
this
talk
point.
about that for sure because that's a cool way to kind of just encapsulate
Some Valhalla shit. I'm with you.
some. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The people in your death boat.
But it
man.
can also be like a cancer bed thing of like 40 people show up to say goodbye and you're like, hey, you can let in 10.
Word.
I'm
Okay.
bringing in my death boat.
Okay.
you know.
I'm with you.
So, there's two ends. To
Are you
that.
guys' boats full?
trying
No.
to fuck you?
Definitely not.
Are you trying to
guys
float
are my
my
death
boat?
boat. Get out of here. I love you guys. Absolutely.
He was getting real sad right
I've
there.
never been on a boat, and I just want to be on one
Yeah,
someday.
dude. Well, I'll put a life raft
Before
on
my
you.
death?
Yeah. We'll put a life vest on you, and you're in the death boat for sure. But
Anyways, that's what I was just guessing. Keep going, Marcus. Sorry, you're probably totally off topic now.
No. I'm glad you brought that up because that is a cool thing that I don't. I'm sure everybody kind of has a different death boat, or like you said, your deathbed or death boat or whatever.
It's cooler to me that it's spoken between you dudes than that's it. That's more of an unspoken thing in my mind that I would say.
No,
In my mind, I'm like, okay, I've got a couple, but like maybe some know, maybe some
let them know.
don't. You know, what
you
I
gotta
mean?
let them know, man. You gotta let them know.
So that's cool. It's spoken.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing for sure. That's a must. Is that if there's somebody in your life that if tomorrow they weren't there, you better you just got to make sure that those particular people that have an impact or are meaningful in your life that know it because that's
all you got.
That's how I kind of gauge some different relationships. I'm like, you know what I mean? If so and so is not in my life tomorrow, and it doesn't really impact me, it doesn't make me like that. You know what I mean? I could
You're
go
like, yeah, I
either
knew
way
that
on it.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I knew that person, but it doesn't really it's not going to really just level me. It's not going to fucking kill me. So. But on the flip side of the coin, if they do mean a lot to you, you better fucking let them know. Put them in your death boat.
Bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Hashtag death boat. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
It's called a
This
death boat.
this son of a bitch. Oh my god.
I've got a death canoe.
A death canoe.
Oh my god. It's like one other, like a half another person.
Two of his kids.
One of your
Three.
children.
Two
could
of
be
his
in it.
kids.
He just
One of
packed
your
it with
children.
you just packed with food, didn't
Yeah.
you?
It's a
Donnie?
cooler.
Just
You
fucking-
All it is you and a fucking
Food and beer.
It's you, yeah.
Fuck yeah, though. He's like, what? If you turn it upside down, it's a tent.
Yeah. It's you and your
It's everything
fucking
I
cooler.
need.
Yeah.
Are all shirts screen printed?
No, it's DTG, means direct garment. So it's one printer, it's an Epson.
Oh, wow.
And it prints right on it. So instead of like with the screen, you have to have a different screen for every color.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
That's what I was asking. Is there's so many colors that you have that would be huge.
yeah, no, there's a trade away where like I save so much time because like I mean literally we could take a picture of you at that microphone. I could have you on a shirt in 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
Right. And it would be like high quality
Yeah.
shit, right? But like say the same design, the cost of ink is much more expensive for the money I made up for in time and what I can make up for with variety, right?
Yeah.
So I mean that's the trade-off, but I'll take that trade-off any day.
So when you started, were you straight that? Did you ever do heat press or screen printing, or did you just always go straight?
I went straight for the best.
Gotcha.
And you still have to heat press everything. There's
Yeah.
There's a curing process, and so before you even print on it, you have to heat press the shirt to help lay the fibers down, and then you have to put a chemical that's called a pre-treat and press it again, and that makes it so the ink can bond, and
Gotcha.
then you load it and print it, and then you have to dry it again. So I mean, it can take a little bit of time, but I'm not taking time burning screens.
Yeah, exactly.
Good question.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And I appreciate you guys doing this on an off day for me so I could come here.
Not a worry, my
No.
friend. We appreciate you fucking being here.
Thanks, man.
I do.
100%.
It's great, dude. This is fun.
It's been cool, and I mean, we had to plan this 8 weeks out, I think.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is I'm
So-
still blown away you've never been on a podcast. Like, I don't know, dude. You're a good entity.
I think
You're a
I'm blown
great
away
entity,
that
bro.
if-
You really are.
just looking at your stuff, your clothing lines, it seems like you've been going a lot longer than what you have. I think that's been the biggest shock for me is when you said when you started. That's crazy. It hasn't been that long at all.
We launched in March, but I was like grinding for 8 months before
Yeah.
that, thinking we were ready to launch. So that was one of the reasons too that I wasn't willing to give up when shit was getting bad. Because I was like, I've been fucking working on this a long time.
Oh yeah.
And like, I still have like a vault of artwork of Gonzos and Ericas that I haven't even been able to get to yet.
Oh, wow.
So like,
It's awesome.
yeah,
That's beautiful.
Like, if
Right?
you think what I've done is impressive, you should see what I haven't done. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more left to do, and but yeah, and I was gonna say, like, dude, I'm a super like sensitive guy. I want to tell you guys, thank you for like inviting me into your space, and having me here.
Oh, of course.
It's a pleasure to meet you guys. I've been really excited to meet you guys. Any friend of Marcus is a friend of mine, and I'm
Heard that. Same here, bro.
yeah, and dude, I'm one of those guys that's like, dude, I don't care what anyone says. Like, I love this dude. I want to tell you too, Marcus. Like, I'm so proud of the person you become, man. Like,
I want to hear this, bro.
You know.
Tell it all
Yeah.
of it right now.
You
Tell
guys
it.
shut the fuck up. I'm gonna start crying over here.
Yeah, that's what I want.
but like honestly, man, like it's seeing the person that you have become, like, to share your existence and to get to live in that light with you for the time that I've been able to. There's a reason that you're one of 10, you know, and I'm proud of who you are because you've always been this guy.
There is a limit then in the boat. It may not be full, but there's a limit.
You got out of
what I'm
that.
hearing.
I just I don't know. I think that I have to build a bigger boat maybe, but small. But then that boat has a lifeboat, and when that boat goes down, who's going to be on the lifeboat?
Fucking A, dog.
Probably me and my dog and my baby. You
Yeah.
guys are all fuck all you.
Yeah, for real.
Put all them on the big one, and
Yeah.
you're like,
But,
okay.
oh, you didn't bring your own death canoe? Donnie did, and his is full
Yeah.
of food.
Well, and it depends on who has the COVID too
Right.
at that time.
Right.
So.
Or who brought masks?
Yeah,
Are you fucking
exactly.
responsible?
Are you wearing
or
a
not?
mask? 6 feet. 6 feet.
So to go back to when we were talking about how you were just making the time,
Beautiful, bro.
and you were talking about how you did the
I'm proud of you too, Marcus.
fortune cookies,
Proud
the
of you.
all
Yeah.
that. I literally
guys.
got a fortune cookie the other day. It said, "Make time for what you love."
Yeah.
And this
My wife's
is the
gonna hate
first
this.
time his
That's
wife and
really-
his kids haven't been in
Well,
here.
no, what's
first
funny?
time.
My wife that night when I read it, she goes, "Oh, see, it says you don't pay enough attention." I was like, "Oh no, I was thinking about the podcast."
Well, yeah, not only Donnie, that's really interesting that you say that too, because it's like that saying in particular has just been coming up. I don't know if it like if somebody just
They're
came
mass
up with,
producing those fortune cookies right now.
No, but
well,
it's
you
a
said
great
that like
saying.
my brother, who I don't really, I do not communicate with him often. I saw him kind of recently, about a month ago, actually for his birthday. His birthday was on August 29th, but my older brother, which I just don't have.
That's
any
my dad's birthday.
Shut
Is
your
it
mouth
really?
and let him land the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But my brother and I, like, we do not communicate. We do not communicate on a regular basis. It's very few. Like, I hadn't talked to him in like 2 years up to that point. Anyway, he is on that kick. Right. Well, he just recently, but he's in his own right. He's a good guy, right? He's a good family man. It's him and I just don't see eye to eye on a lot of different things. So I'm, and I'm okay with that. But that's his big thing. Like, he just recently posted that. He goes, it was a really nice family photo and stuff. He said, do more of the things that you love.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know if there's, I think once,
That's hard by my standards. Just
well,
saying.
and
To make time for what you love.
I like to smoke dabs in public, but
Well-
it's hard.
Yeah.
saying.
Make
Sorry.
time.
yeah, exactly. Move to Portland.
Touche.
Right.
There's one other, and I don't know if you guys would even know it. You'll probably mock me for it, but it's off a country song.
Probably, you're right.
And it goes back to what it's saying. It's chase after the dream, don't chase after the money.
Is that how he
Yeah.
says it? Can you break
Yeah.
it down? How
That's
he
actually the words of the song. It's
Yeah,
chase after the
take-
dream, don't chase
But like,
after
do
the
it in
money.
his tone.
No.
It's fucking boring.
Because
I'll
it was
actually-
them.
boring.
It's Old Dominion. It's a
Yeah.
group. There's more than one, so I can't do that.
I'll actually give a lot of credit to my baby mama, actually, in regards to.
She has a name though, right?
Sophia. Sorry.
Okay,
yeah.
there we go.
Yeah,
Shout
good
out
man.
Sophia.
Good man.
Bow, bow, bow.
Yeah, Sophia, I love you, but so she,
Does she listen? Hold on.
I don't know if she listens consistently. I think
Secretly, probably though.
probably,
Oh fuck.
but but she's the one that really like is so not she's completely not driven by anything monetary. No financially.
It's all passion.
It is everything. Exactly, nailed it. Everything about her is passion. Everything either feels right or doesn't feel right, and she's very
It's like she's
Intuitive.
microdosing every day. She's like, that seems
correct.
negative.
But she's already on one,
That's
right?
negative.
It's
Intuition,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful how like the way that she is. Yeah, like if I could, get into her brain where she's constantly peaking on mushrooms.
I felt
it's
that when I
awesome.
met her, I would say.
Did you?
I would say because, bro, Brittany doesn't get along with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, she gets along with people, but she doesn't talk to anybody.
Yeah,
And that night we went out to dinner or whatever.
yeah.
Her and Sophia hit it the fuck off. They didn't even notice we were dancing on the dance floor. You know what I mean? They
That's
didn't
cool.
even notice we were gone.
Yeah.
And that was like, and I'm just like, damn.
Took me a year to get Brittany to talk to me.
She still
it's
doesn't
just
like
nice.
me. She
Well,
refuses
either-
to make eye contact.
Even other than that, though, too, she's like, let me watch
good
your baby. let me babysit, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, she's an energy person for sure.
100%.
Because no one would have played off of that. If,
Right.
no one would have been like that.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, if they weren't an energy based person.
I do have to
what?
have to go back to.
Did
I'm
Donnie
sorry,
just call me the N word?
I don't know.
Ago?
I did.
But I'm sorry. I have to go back to like what you were saying, Eric, because I 100% am the same way. I think that you and I share the history. Like you and I have some things.
Sorry, we don't have camera guys. They're
Fuck, and
they're kissing right now.
Exactly.
We don't have
like
cameras.
no, I'm actually sitting on his lap. No, but it's No. I guess because that is so profound and that is so emotionally driven. It has to, you have to get my reaction to it because we can't just like casually kind of go
Blow
on to
over
another
it,
topic.
pave
Exactly.
over that bitch. Yeah.
Because I 100%
I
feel
was
the exact
interested
same
still.
way. I love you to death. You built the death boat. So fucking, you know what I mean? It's a cooperative death boat that we're on. So actually, there's so much more room for other people because we don't even count ourselves part of those.
He's got a
taking
death
up
ship.
seats.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I was like. Is this a boat? Is it a yacht? Does it go all the way up to an ark?
It's
Like,
a
what
ship.
What are we?
It's a
It's a
ship.
fucking submarine, guys. Why are you guys trying to be on the surface? Let's get below the water,
Let's
man.
go underneath.
When shit hits the fan, you want to
Roll
be
down.
under the water. Yeah, you want to be in the coolness of the water.
I keep thinking, dude,
But
it's
I love
such a
this
cool
fucking
thing
guy.
that like that not only that you guys know that or whatever and you fucking found it out together, right? But like it's cool to see. I keep thinking about myself and my old friends that
Yeah.
I will always be friends with. Wherever I fucking see them, they'll be my fucking best friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't talk to them right now. And I'm sure there was a point, maybe there wasn't, but that you guys went through where you lost each other maybe for a little bit. Something. Or maybe not even that, but
Yeah.
with other people in the boat or...
For sure.
It's just busy. I mean, we've talked.
Exactly, though.
we've-
Exactly.
We've seen each other twice in the last 4 years.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean. That's
Yeah.
what... And it's just, like, cool that
But do
you're
but
always
do those
there.
people? Yeah.
You
go
keep
ahead.
them wherever you go because then you don't need much else if you have what's important to you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think what it does,
It's a beautiful thing, guys.
Yeah,
It's
for
cool.
me, it really kind of, you know what I mean? I feel like if people are constantly yearning, I know a lot of people that are constantly looking for new friendship and new relationships and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, you know, your best friends with somebody one day and then like a week later, you're like, oh, I don't talk to so-and-so anymore. And so it really does eliminate a lot of that
And that's
nonsense.
That's monotonous
gotta
and
pose
boring,
with you.
dog. You know what I mean?
But yeah, exactly. So for me, like the friendships that I do have, and people that do know me know that how much I value those things or value friendship, because I consider my best friends family, and so then it eliminates those pockets of need. You know, like the hole in the heart that people talk about, where they're like,
That's what I was trying to say, and I kept
I gotta
wrapping
feel
around the
that void.
fucking
I gotta
thing.
feel the void. It's like no, like I don't have that. So I actually kind of do dictate my life a little bit differently without a void of like needing to fill that.
You're happier knowing what you have too, though.
Oh yeah, I'm just very comfortable.
Because exactly.
I'm not overly
Yeah.
excited. I'm not depressed. You know what I'm saying? I like for the first time in my life, or you know, and it's not like today, or it hasn't been like, you know, it's been a little bit, but I'm very comfortable with being comfortable.
Boom.
I don't need to fucking be, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like a pendulum, you know, swinging back and forth with the highs and the lows, you know, which.
Well,
I think-
comfortability was a fear at some point for all of us, too.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
And so once you step into it, it's still kind of fucking uneasy.
Yeah.
But that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Just telling yourself you're comfortable with the comfortable, dog.
That's right.
That's fun, though, dude. That's
Yeah.
fucking way fun. I
It
don't
is.
know. I miss my friends.
I don't even know what
I'm
you're
just
talking
kidding.
about.
He doesn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's still watching the football game, everybody. But
Yeah.
when he comes in hot, goddammit.
And
when,
the
when
Cowboys
Bobby
are
decides to
winning.
talk-
No, I was
He's
gonna
in a
say
good
I
mood.
have,
Yeah, should
I have
hear
a
this
friend
guy
of
in the
mine that's
offseason.
kind of
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, you and I have talked about this,
Him
Donnie.
and I
like-
have been friends
yeah.
since I was in 4th grade. See him every once in a while, but yeah, he's
a politician.
definitely
Yeah,
one
that's
that
what I'm saying. Not like just
that, as you guys would say, would be in the death boat.
Yes.
He's like when I was growing up, I'd do my Christmas thing, and then I'd be like, all right, Mom, I'm out, and I'd go to his house. I went on family trips with him and his mom and his family. You know,
Yeah.
it was like a whole second family. Even though I don't see him like I see you guys, he's still like considered right up there family and a friend.
What's
Just
his name?
Randy Johnson.
When's the last time you talked to him?
About a week ago, maybe at
Fuck
most.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
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 That's gangster.
'Cause
I
our-
text him every once in a while, be like, "Hey, how's it going, man?" You know, and just
Yeah.
seeing how he's doing. Especially
That's
because he's in
super
politics
gangster.
and it's a crazy time. So
Seriously, yeah.
yeah.
No, it's I don't know, not to hijack it, like hijack
Do it.
the episode, like
Nope, that's what we do, obviously.
me.
Well,
me-
not only that, buddy. Like you are absolutely the
See?
guest. So at any point you want to hijack it, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. At any point, this will be the last thing.
This is your episode, Eric.
exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
100%.
This,
That-
this
that's
is,
what I'm talking
this
about.
is our episode. I'll be back in like 6 months.
I have to
Hell
pee
yeah.
again. It's yours. I'm just kidding. I don't really have to. I'm just.
I'm gonna buy him a bottle he can just pee in over in the corner.
Marcus and I were revisiting like our friendship the other day, like how we got here from, 18 years ago, right? And
Ooh, that long.
it's been a long time.
Okay.
And there was like also 2 years that we knew each other and we weren't close, you
Uh-huh.
know. And there's some of this that's Marcus's story to tell or not tell. But
Probably not. We'll stick with.
I mean, maybe.
I'm just kidding.
We'll break him down.
But
Yeah.
so
There's still pending charges.
We're gonna good cop, bad cop here right now.
so yeah, no. Marcus, he moved away, and when he moved back, he called me, and we weren't close. Like I should be the first person he calls, you know.
You probably weren't, but yeah.
But I was. This episode is brought to you by Excedrin, extra strength. When Tyler just won't fucking shut up.
This should have been the first story. This should have been the first story.
No.
This isn't my episode. This is Excedrin's fucking episode.
Yeah. No,
Watch
it's
this.
cool too.
Watch this.
I love to like when you have those different friendships and you get the different. Like it's funny. Like we were revisiting like a very key story in our lives. Like it was I don't want to call it traumatic, but it was definitely. Well, it was like a fight that we got into, or like not together. We got. So
That's how good friendship starts.
I got in a fight with somebody, and it was funny how we were like revisiting that particular fight because we were both. I mean, my recollection was like we were literally coming from like MMA training, and then this dude like he was in a bad mood. It was pretty cool though. It was like it was really unique too. Like after all these years to bring that up, and honestly, at this particular time, we were already kind of transitioning from being complete lunatics to being more structured lunatics.
Don't
you know?
fucking say that, dude.
Well, I tell you what, because rather than just going out and being in every street fight that presented itself, we were actually like
you and they're fighting black kids at that point.
He's
a cur.
or just like homeless, or just like needy.
Oh, okay, yeah. The lower.
Just anybody.
Yeah.
No. But it was something that we were. No, it was just a funny story. It was funny to revisit that particular. Like that there again, I don't want to call it traumatic. There's a better word for it, but it was just an impactful moment in both of our lives. And just
traumatic's the right word.
Well, maybe for the kid
Not for him.
No, it's just not a negative. It's a traumatic and a positive, or not even
Impactful.
Positive, just neutral.
Yeah, sure. It was just impactful, and it was like just funny to get Eric's kind of like side on it because I don't think that we've really talked about it. Maybe
No, you cut him off
since it was more fresh in our minds years ago, but. Like to revisit it after all this time, it was funny where I'm like, you know what, like this is how I remember. Like we were sitting at a red light. This kid like rolls his window down. He's staring at us, and I go, "What is your problem?" And he goes, and we'd like literally come back from like boxing training or something like that. We were coming back from some kind of MMA training, and this kid goes, "I want to get in a fight. I want to fight," and I was like,
"Word up,
I was
son."
really happy to oblige him. Yeah. I was like, okay, and
I will pay those dues.
We were going to Eric's house, which is just right up the street, and so rather than going right to go to Eric's house, we took a left into an old Kmart parking lot.
Yeah.
And then from there,
let me tell.
Don't ever get too close to home.
Let me.
I want to hear Eric's story now too.
let me
Actually,
tell you-
his recollection is a lot like when he says it, I'm like, oh shit, did that really happen?
it's a bit more objective, is what
So-
I'm thinking.
So let me tell you about who Marcus was too, leading up to like
Goddamn hoodlum, we know.
two stories heading up to this story, and this being like the climactic resolution.
You were in your
right?
feelings, I feel.
So, all right, back to when Marcus called me and we met up for lunch. It was a very important. It was the most important.
It was lunch, not MMA training.
Could you clear the runway, Tyler?
He doesn't stop.
Did
Did you just unplug him? Oh, thank you.
Okay. So
Tyler's been unplugged, everybody.
Thanks for our president.
So, no, Marcus called me. He's like, "Hey, let's do lunch." And we later visited why it was that he called me, and it was a pretty cool fucking thing. So, anyways, me and Marcus, we had to sit down and we had lunch, and it was very important. It was one of those conversations where like we just became in each other's death boat in one conversation.
Was it just out of nowhere for you though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like and
I have so many questions.
He told me the other day, like, because I asked him finally, like, you don't question a gift like that, and I asked him the other day, like, why'd you call me? Like after all these years, like I now want to ask you.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not questioning the gift, like, but I have to know why'd you call me, and that's up to him if he wants to share that or not. But so we had this conversation, and it was one of those things where like, yeah, no, we came out of it in each other's death boat. It's one of those conversations where your souls touch, and it's like this is fucking like
This is so hazy.
like we're in it, man. Like
I need to know the seriousness and the fucking.
Do I need to unplug you again?
Where's the dialogue of this conversation you guys had? I have so many questions.
The dialogue is
Let him
Lost.
finish.
the dialogue is something I won't share because it's what makes this conversation.
That's
Is
fair.
that it was between us, right?
That's fair.
So, but one of the things that came out of that conversation is that Marcus and I unknowingly, and this came up later on, gave each other basically a power of veto, where we were both fucking young and stupid and doing martial arts training, and we were drunk and we were full of
I already know.
testosterone, right? And we gave each other basically the right of like, if there is nothing that can stop my forward momentum of, it doesn't matter if it's a fight or if it's somebody disrespected me and I'm about to, like, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be something where it's like
I feel you, bro.
somebody who owns a restaurant or a bar says
I
something.
know
You're
exactly
about to,
what
like,
you're saying. I feel you guys.
So we gave each other this ability of like, get to me first, because I will stop. I will stop anything for you. You just come to me, you say the word, I will stop, and I will listen to you. And this is something that we used several times over the next few years, right? And this particular evening, well, I think it was maybe a couple weekends before. This is who Marcus was. Marcus is fucking crazy. And we were at our bar. Some dudes walked in, put their coins on the pool table. They didn't know the rules of the table. They were loud. They were walking to our spot, and I could read Marcus's body language, the way you look up your forehead when you're pissed off, the way you squint your eyes so you can hear the radio better, the way you turn down the radio so you can see better at
Marcus's
night.
dumb face he makes
Just-
when he's pissed. Yeah, I
Just-
feel you, bro. I've
but
seen it.
You could read his language of like.
Yes.
I was like, Marcus, what do you think about doing? He's like, I'm thinking about smashing this pool cue across that guy's face. It's like, Marcus, that's not what we're doing tonight, man. This is our bar that we're at.
This is the
every
time I
fucking
wanted to be
weekend, right?
Marcus in.
Yeah,
What else were we supposed to do there?
you would have been the one that I stopped Marcus from
Yes,
smashing his fucking across
Yeah.
his face.
I was gonna say some Tyler folk. Some Tyler folk came
some
in.
fucking Tyler folk. and Donnie was like, "Hey, unplug his mic," and Marcus
Yeah.
fucking smacks you in the face with the pool cue. So anyways, like,
And then I was resurrected.
so this is Marcus. Marcus was crazy, and but Marcus was all heart too. Like, Marcus didn't want to be crazy; he wanted to be more heart too, you know. And we were young and angry and confused, and Marcus would show up when you needed him to show up, no matter what. Whether it was like,
That's what's up.
whether you were depressed and you needed him to, like, he was whoever you needed him to be, whether it was a fight and you needed to know that I don't have to look over my shoulder and I can focus on one person because Marcus is here, or whether it's a fight with yourself.
I don't want to negate what you're saying, but you're telling my best friend's story to me.
Right,
So I'm
right.
with you guys
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
So, but dude, sometimes that fight it's the fight you have within, and Marcus is there for you for that, you know? And on this particular night though, and I was always the one that was kind of like, not always, but more often than not, I was like, dude, we're not doing this fight. This is something.
Well, you're big and scary, bro. You're a little intimidating.
He's a
bro.
fucking monster.
Yeah, you're
Don't-
big.
yeah.
I don't think I am. I mean, look at Donnie and look at the size of my wrists.
Well,
I'm kind of-
Donnie's big and scary too, bro. I'm
Donnie's
just
a
saying.
big
Aw.
dude. Donnie,
Not to
I'm
negate
just a
you,
teddy
bro.
bear.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know. Donnie looks like he'd fuck his way out of a sauna.
Yeah.
You're probably
Fuck his way out of a sauna.
These dudes are looking at you like, fuck, I don't want to fight this dude,
So-
but he looks cool, but his little homie looks crazy.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
His
yeah,
little
yeah,
homie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the quiet one. I was the quiet
The
one.
big, scary, quiet one. Yeah.
I was skinny. When Marcus left and went to Boise, if something was going to pop off, it was like, make sure Eric doesn't get hurt. When Marcus came back is when a lot of change had happened for me.
He's
So,
stout. I feel that.
and I mean, we'll keep our grappling record between the two of us unless you
Okay.
want to share it.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
you want
I
to
would
share
like
it.
one. I would like one of them to share it now.
Yeah, yeah. Like one story at a time.
But so this particular night we were on our way home. I live on a corner on the busiest street in Idaho Falls.
Sexy.
They have busy streets
What's
there?
They have one, and I
They
unfortunately
have
grew up on
one.
it.
He was standing out there for hours.
I lived in Pocatello, so I've been around there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
17th Street.
So we're getting ready to pull into my driveway. Marcus, he hits the turn signal.
Is this the Kmart story?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. So he hits the turn signal, and
This isn't my front door.
That's not where I parked my car.
Yeah.
we're about to have our own grappling record.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking time.
I've been waiting for this.
That was the inside Marcus Tyler joke. Sorry.
So, anyways, this guy, we're getting ready to pull into my driveway, and this guy's like pulls up right next to us. He's like, "Fuck you!" He wants to fight, and it's like Marcus looks at me. He's like, "What should we do?" And I was like, "Let's fuck him up," you know. And he had somebody with him, and it was perfect, like, because I was still skinny, and his homie was skinny,
I have so many questions.
and like. This guy was not skinny. Marcus was not skinny. I was like, this seems like tag
A
team.
good match.
This is fair. This is super fair. So we pull into the Kmart parking lot because we can't pull into my driveway. We don't want to know it's my driveway.
Exactly. Yeah.
But we weren't going to turn down the corner.
So you did take a left.
Oh, you're okay.
So you did take a left to Kmart.
We went to Kmart.
Okay.
And we pulled in there.
This all lines up so far.
And Marcus gets out of his car and he reaches under his seat and he pulls out a East Idaho State Fair pawn shop knife hatchet that has the holes in it the size of quarters. I'm like,
Bada boom, son.
I'm like, dude, what?
He still has one of those under his seat.
I'm
yeah.
sure. Probably the same one. That thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he just kind of looks at me like, fuck,
He's like,
you're-
they wanted to get fucked up.
Yeah,
What?
it's like, you're right. It's not even a sharp knife. It's a bone breaking knife. It's not sharp. You know, it's like,
Perfect.
what the fuck you do? How long have you had that under there? Like, we've been rolling around for months. You just been having like, you ready to go camping?
He's like, I've been waiting for this fucking day, son.
so he's like, oh yeah, sorry, you're right. And he puts the knife away.
He's like, God damn it, okay.
And like that's the best part of the story. No matter what happens after that,
Definitely.
him pulling the knife is like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
But then you go and like, you're like, what are you doing? I was
Right.
like, I don't know. I'm gonna stab this guy.
and it's like,
You know what I mean? And you're like,
was like,
put
pa-
the knife
like,
away.
power-
They don't have knives.
power of veto, bro. Just fuck him up.
Exactly.
Like so.
Yeah.
And you had your your training, right? Because you said
Yeah.
you just left.
We just
Yeah.
left. Yeah.
That's no
Okay.
fun, though.
Like-
That's no fun,
Right?
though.
You gotta let them know what you're up to.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things too. It's like I'm humble because I've been fucked up more than I've fucked people up in those trainings, you know. And like I've walked into that room and I know that I'm the rest round for those guys, right? But those guys had no business fucking with us. Was the difference, you know? And one of that dude, he was probably drunk. He was super aggressive, and so we get out.
Were they Latinos?
No. So we get out, and the knife thing happens. Marcus puts the knife away, and he runs over and just starts fighting his guy, right? And the guy that I was going to fight, like, he gets out slowly. He's got his girlfriend with him. He puts his arms around him. He's like, crazy night, huh? Like,
You're like, no, I'm going to fuck you up.
And Eric's ready to go. Yeah.
I'm ready to go, but I'm also like, oh, dude, this sucks for you. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it is a crazy night, fool.
but not in the way of like, no, I didn't want to fight him at that point. It's like this guy was trying to enjoy his night with this girl, and he's got his fucking drunk buddy like
Yeah.
picking fights. Like,
You identified with him.
That'd
Yeah,
be me and
You
Tyler.
had your drunk homie with you.
I didn't turn my back on him,
and-
but like, dude, I let my, you know, like,
Yeah.
it was one of those like, dude, I'm sorry, kind of, you know, and but it was a quick fight.
Well, was he
Marcus
the
did-
driver?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because he could have avoided it if he was the
That's
driver.
that's what I was gonna ask.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but Marcus made short work of it. It was a quick fight. Dude fish hooked Marcus. Marcus was super calm, took his back, choked him out, and it was a night.
Tyler
you know?
knows how that feels.
Yeah.
Right. But
Not proper, but whatever.
but like yeah, it was it was just one of those things that's like sometimes you had to be there to tell Marcus to just calm down and fight.
Yeah.
Like,
Put the gun away and
yeah,
hit him.
Don't fight without calming down. Just calm down and fight, and you could trust him to do that, and he was gonna win too.
But it was super unique how you.
I don't see that at all.
Yeah.
You guys got Logan.
Yeah. It was.
His boners haven't come out yet.
But then also, like, no, I mean, as far as that goes, like, what was super unique too, it was like the, I mean, like we were so often each other's counterpoint, right? You know what I'm saying? You know,
okay, you guys
this
are
is
good.
at Brandon Burners.
You guys are
Okay.
mad at me for
Yeah,
interrupting,
this
but
is
you're
Brandon
leaving
Burners.
so many questions on the fucking field,
No,
dude.
this kid, no, he's you know, like, because you've always been hyper intelligent. You've always been hyper like able to phrase things and communicate in like, you know, a very, very articulate and intelligent way.
I would say that would probably lead you to problems at some point, right?
Well, because
You're like, well, yeah.
He will literally like
Just break fools
there
down.
was a particular point too, like where because break them down,
Yeah.
or just break them to pieces.
Well,
it was
yeah.
it was more so like it was more so of like I knew when you wanted to fight somebody because either you would talk him out of fucking with you or you would talk him into it, and it was a.
Are you sure it wasn't the stupid fucking look he would make on his face, and you just knew?
No, no. Eric doesn't do looks. He doesn't do passive aggressive anything. It was either
he's
like,
just got a
it was
burner?
either like
He's
it
like,
was
I
either
lit
like
my fucking burner,
in
son.
his own way, and like I'm gonna speak for you just for a second because I'm just gonna do a horrible Eric impression, where he would literally just be like, you're just a big old pile of garbage. Without any expression at all. Like, he would do it in his articulate way. He's like, I know this is going to end in a fight, but before we do that, I'm going to shatter you into little bitty pieces because
And make you think I'm nothing at the same time.
bingo, you're going to be this big, and then
Yeah.
when you approach it, and when you actually come to me, it was short work as well. You know what I mean? And I seen that on handful of times, multiple occasions. So it was unique. It was such a unique. And then there again, that's like leading all the way up to this right now. I approached a lot of different confrontational situations like this is it. And like, how are we not in prison right now? How are we sitting right here? That's multiverse.
You're white men.
Oh God, he's always like this. But
you know what I would like to say though is that like all those things that we
in another life, in another multiverse, we are absolutely in prison somewhere, or at least we're both dead. Go ahead. Now your turn.
At least.
But
This isn't that episode, Marcus.
Shut up.
I think one of the things though is that Marcus is also hyper intelligent and he communicates through his feelings, and once you calm down to not being kids that are just trying to prove yourselves and doing stupid shit, you use all that to build people up. You know, you take that and you use it as like, this is medicine. We've been using this as poison, you know, this.
Yeah. Excellent way to say that.
This intellect and this like the feelings, and like we've been feeling all wrong, you know? So that's why a couple minutes ago, why I said, man, I'm proud of the person you are today, is because you were always this, and I was always this too, but we weren't this version of ourselves, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think that's, a lot of yours you just keep getting better the over the longer period of time that you're a dad too, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it's one of those things that I think, it just magnifies it. It magnifies it, and it's like purifying it. It's beautiful to see.
Well, and likewise too. I think it's insanely impressive. You know, I think that we subconsciously always find an opportunity. Like, this is another opportunity for us to strengthen our friendship and our relationship. Sure. You know, but ultimately, you are one of the few people that I know that are on my level in regards of taking decision making and a lot of different, you know, taking a different approach, like a very, you know what I mean? Like, it's like we speak the same language, and I think it comes across when we're amongst other people in a lot of other unique situations. But yeah, just like then, just like now, man, it's like a lot of time has passed, but no time has passed at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like I love you to death. I'm super proud of you. I'm very, very fortunate and lucky to be in your death boat, and I'm so honored that you're in mine.
I'll shoot the flaming arrow.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're in it too, you fuck. You shoot it at the other boats. But anyway.
Do you think that it took you becoming a father for you to calm down from that past person to now? Or were you already there before you became a father?
I love how you ask the important questions amongst all of like us just rambling.
I go back to being a dad.
Yeah, no, you go back to being a professional right now. I appreciate that.
I think to be completely candid and honest, it was honestly just, it comes right down to, it's exhausting being angry all the time. Mm-hmm. It's fucking exhausting. I have not always been, I wasn't like, when I was younger, I wasn't like an angry kid. I was a quiet kid. I developed anger I interpreted loss, like when my grandma passed away, I interpreted that loss as like something that'll never fucking happen to me ever again, right? As if I was in control. It was honestly only as of some years back where it was for the first time in my whole life, I was in a situation where I had to put my hands in the air and say, I am in zero control of anything. And the more I try to control a situation, the less it the more it goes off the rails, and the more that it that the universe communicates to me how little I actually matter, how little my anger and my persistence on trying to change a situation or mold it into something that I wanted, it was just so apparent. And so I literally put my hands in the air and I was like, I'm in like zero control of anything. And then all of a sudden I started immediately. I was like, holy shit. It was like a drop of water. It was a big old breath. Yeah, like a breath of fresh air. And I was like, I don't control anything. I'm not that angry anymore. And I'm almost just trying to fucking pretend like I'm that angry. You know what I mean? Because it's exhausting. It's fucking exhausting. And you get in so many different you get in so many fights, physical fights. It's not romantic. It's not like the fucking movies. I've maybe been in like 1 out of 100 fucking fights where it's actually like, oh, that's cool. You help the kid up and you guys have a beer together that you never knew or whatever else not, and you go about your lives. But more times than not, somebody gets hurt. My biggest thing is like, I'm not scared to lose. So it's like, I'll lose a fight, you know, because I'm at least confident enough in my abilities to fucking inflict damage. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't have any kind of whatever that thing is, and people that are like, I don't like to hurt people. I don't mind hurting people physically, but but there are some parameters. There are some parameters. There's not like, you know what I mean? Like I definitely within my own self now, like it's not like I'm out there looking for that. I think I can finally identify with the fact that I don't have those qualms. So with that, I can put the bumpers on my own lane and say, I'm not going to hurt this particular, you know what I mean? Like a woman, a child, you know, or even somebody who just doesn't like me. You know what I mean?
Shall we say integrity again?
Yeah.
By your own standards?
Sure. I had to get honest with my own self.
Exactly.
I had to get more integrity with my own self in order to identify. But I think it was honestly, I'll tell you, the biggest shift in my life, it wasn't actually becoming a dad. It was honestly putting my hands in the air and being like, I am not in control. And then all of a sudden I was like, whew, I'm not that angry anymore. I didn't, you know, I surprised myself that way. Anyway, one thing I'll definitely say too.
Can we
is
wrap
in
up
regards
the fight
to
talk?
In regards to Ruka,
I got like anxiety.
Are
like,
ya?
you know those
Okay.
physical responses.
Yeah.
Like, this is the energy I want right
He's
now.
like,
you know?
"Caca!"
well, and
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, like the Chadwick Boseman, late great Chadwick Boseman would say.
I helped feed that though, so for
when
that I
your
own my.
kid gets
own
older,
my-
when your
For
kid gets
real.
older, it's like one thing I'll definitely say is that I
He said it's
will
my
be
fire.
100% transparent. I'm hoping that by the time that like Ava gets older, that she'll absolutely like she'll be, you know, the best possible outcome is that I'll be able to be transparent and be like she'll be talking to like Uncle Eric at some point, and he'll be like, oh man, like when your dad was, you know, and like your dad was crazy when he was younger, and the best possible circumstance will be is not that she already doesn't know it or that I've been trying to hide it from her for years, but she'll just be like, not anymore. You know what I mean? 100% confident,
unfazed.
just completely confident in just the fact that like dad's just a big teddy bear, like the way that, you know, like you advocate that, Donnie, and I love that because it's your past is the past. And who you are is who you are. And ultimately, you're not going to change who you are. But the best possible circumstance is that the people that are around you, you know, in the future, I recognize you for the difference. You know what I mean? Like the new, you know, being a teddy bear or what have you. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, but I have a funny
Do you have a
story
name?
too.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
is
his
it?
name's Eric.
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
It's actually kind of a funny coincidence that so my favorite fighter of all time is Vanderlei Silva.
Okay.
So
But I thought, yeah.
I already know the name.
Shootbox
son.
Academy, baby.
my middle name is Van after my grandfather, and we try to incorporate the name Van into names if we can. And my wife's middle name is Lee, and she wanted to incorporate hers also. So Happy Accident. His first name is Vander. His middle name is Lee.
Yeah, that's crazy,
Nice.
son.
Right. Yeah, and it was just a happy accident. We didn't realize that until after we'd done it.
The
like,
universe speaking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was the universe's plan with you two the whole fucking time,
There it is.
son.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's cool.
But that being said, like
Vanderlei Bagley.
it's
Beautiful.
hard to think back about those times of being young. I mean, these stories are from 15 years ago, and I can only feel like good telling them because they're funny.
They are funny.
You know, like but it's embarrassing to me too, man. Like the fact that we did that is like right now my mouth is dry. Like I'm embarrassed that I told that story.
Oh,
you know what
son.
you know what I mean though.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets easier as
and
many
my
like
palms are sweaty because it's
You're like, I wasn't trying to embellish it. I just wanted it to be said.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm super embarrassed too though of like what a fucking
You're thinking
stupid
back as
story.
a grown man now.
As a
Yeah.
grown ass man.
Yeah.
Like that was fucking dumb, you know.
It is tough.
And
I'm sure everyone in the world can identify with that though.
Well,
Years I need
did you
something to
do
look at.
fantasy football with Donnie this
He
year?
did, kind of.
Kind of?
No. Okay,
Is he
said-
already
It's
out?
more like
No,
a
check
second
this out.
team for me.
He
Gotcha.
says he did. Yeah, it's a second. He manages my team and
Yeah.
he tells me how I'm doing.
Right.
So he's got two.
Donnie's like, I can't even like. Donnie and
I picked any player I wanted but couldn't
Say it,
grab,
Eric.
and then I take him.
Side. You're
Yep.
just his-
Yes.
Yeah.
Donnie and I
Yep.
have talked about.
I'm his trophy.
He needed two fucking profiles.
Yep.
And he's like, dude, I need to know what I would have. What
I'm
could have,
just-
would have,
I'll
should
pay
have.
your way in.
If I
My
win,
quarterback just
if
went
I
out.
win, everyone's
Guess who's
gonna
getting
know
Tom
about it.
Brady
That's
from
all
my
I'm
other
saying.
team?
See?
Hopefully you weren't banking on the dude that broke his ankle tonight.
He's a user.
I was for the
No,
past
he
4
was.
weeks.
Oh my god! Funny though too, because like Donnie and I have talked about sports multiple times, and then randomly he goes like, "Hey, so you want to be in the fantasy football league?"
Yeah.
I couldn't say fuck no fast enough. I was like, "Oh my god, Donnie!" No.
At least we have the UFC.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
See, I told her I was like, sure, dog.
Because Donnie and
Let's
I
do it.
are. I'm super excited. Eric, from listening to podcasts and stuff like that, and Tyler, of course, but like the movie stuff and stuff like Donnie and I are in sync on that.
Yes.
Like it's like Donnie and I are like of the generation
With the times, if you might
yes,
say.
exactly. Like we're of that.
Yeah.
And then that's also what that's what's super cool about you, Tyler, is that like
You don't gotta fucking build me up.
Do I-
dog.
We're
Okay,
bringing
cool.
him in.
You're
Then I
We're
wanna-
bringing him
cool,
in.
dog.
yeah,
Yeah.
But because you bring
I know.
yeah.
I know, son.
That does lead
I know,
back to a
boo.
question I wanted to ask off our last episode. What horror movie would you pick? Like we all.
Are you
I
talking
don't know
to
if
Eric
you've
right
listened-
now?
Yes. That's why
Did
I
you
looked
hear
at
which one I
him.
picked?
We don't have cameras. We don't know
Well,
that you're looking
I don't give a
at
shit
him.
what everybody else is
Which horror movie would I have picked for?
to
I
to
wasn't-
watch. Like so, we each picked a movie that.
Wait, whoa.
I listened.
He
but I
didn't
was-
listen.
No, I did, but I was having trouble
So-
understand what you guys were even doing.
Oh,
We
to
each
say-
picked a
I'm
movie.
with you
It's-
there.
Yeah,
They were
because-
drunk.
because you wouldn't let anybody land their fucking.
I
Exactly,
was
right?
sober that episode. I
just
was
like just like now,
sober.
just like now, just like now.
I'm just joking.
So we each picked a movie that
I
all
can
three
change.
of us are
I'm
gonna
eating
watch.
2 of them.
And then on October 23rd, we're gonna talk about
That's
it.
my birthday.
Because we're so big on movies, we decided once a month we'd have a movie episode.
Maybe it might help.
And
Maybe
we
it might
decided
help.
Halloween was gonna be a
You
great time.
going down the hatch with those?
Yeah, it's Klonopin,
So
by the way.
Tyler
Marcus.
picked Shrooms.
Hey, you got to break
Marcus
the foil.
picked Strangeland.
Strangeland.
And I went
With
with the
these
classic
snacks.
1981 Evil Dead.
I've never seen the classic.
Oh.
Man.
No, Marcus didn't get fucking Strangeland.
Yes,
Why?
he did.
No, you flipped the coin and you got Killer Clowns.
No,
got
he
straight.
didn't.
No,
I
I
got
promise.
Strangeland.
No, I listened to the
I
episode.
promise.
and
Play
he
it
got
back,
Strangeland.
baby.
Play it back.
If
Play it
Play it
back
back right now.
If Tyler ever
Play it
listened
back
to
right
any
now.
episode that we recorded, because he's never listened to a single
Donnie's
one,
a hell of an editor.
he would
I'll
understand.
say that right now.
Yeah.
He can-
Strangeland was what it was.
Strangeland.
Bro,
Thank you.
he can edit it like a motherfucker.
The
I'll
only
tell you
one that
right
was
There was no
iffy-
coin flip for me. Yeah, right.
The only one that was iffy on the coin flip was Tyler's, because you flipped the coin, then you're like,
And it fell.
he got shrooms.
Yeah.
That
now.
was
Is
the only
there
one that
is
was
there
iffy.
any way to edit a bit from the last episode into this one? Because I would like it if everyone knew I was.
Yeah, I'll
right
clip
for
it in there
once.
if that's what you want.
Are you talking about with
You
with
you
with
have
my
3
pick?
people telling you
Bro,
you're
there was
wrong.
no.
Get Strangeland?
You
still doesn't
definitely
believe
picked
it.
Killer
Yeah.
Clowns. You know why I'm fighting it so hard?
Why?
I watched it last night and I made notes.
Killer
and-
It's a
Clowns?
great movie, huh?
And now I have to watch another one.
It's a great movie.
Oh, dude, you
I
need to
love
watch
That would make
Strangeland.
sense.
I
That would
think
make
I got
sense. That's
Strangeland.
why
I
this
think
is going down that road.
Killer Clowns is
It,
awesome.
it was Strangeland.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was Strangeland.
So now I have to fucking watch 2 movies.
You
Well,
get
you
to.
still got a couple weeks.
You're gonna be okay. Your brain won't explode. I promise. You're gonna be better off watching. No, the cool thing
I had a
about,
lot of shit. I like that movie
I know
too.
you got a busy schedule, but here's the
This
thing.
fucking fool.
I'm about to unplug your
Were
mic
you
again.
scared?
Do it.
Imagine being a kid and watching like this clown put a straw.
I
into
watched
the,
it, bro.
and then sucked
I'm
the
with
Into a
blood out.
cotton candy cocoon.
Oh, hey, check
Terrifying.
it out. I was, and now I have to watch another one and imagine something different.
Anyways, you want to let
Strangeland's
Eric tell his
crazy.
movie?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
You're good.
That was Tyler. That was Tyler again, Eric.
It
my
has
bad.
to be a horror movie. So you're saying it has to be a horror movie for Christmas?
Halloween.
You know,
Donnie
for this one,
chose
and then we'll
horror.
go with. You can tell us any
I
movie
wanted
after.
a
but
thriller.
Start with horror or thriller for this month, and then
I
we'll.
did.
Yeah, dude, when it comes to horror, like I think everybody's seen my favorite ones. There's other things, but I mean, like Saw, 7, all those, like everybody's seen them, right?
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
I will say that, like one of the best ones I've seen recently that I really enjoyed was that The Devil All the Time. It wasn't a horror one, but I wanted to.
Oh,
get
it's
it out.
Yo,
you
that
told me
popped
about
up.
that.
I haven't watched that. That popped up
Fucking
though,
good.
and I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like
Okay.
it. And I do like Brightburn. You said you didn't like Brightburn. I was listening to that one
So
episode.
I
did
like the movie,
Brightburn.
but like there.
I'll say Brightburn for one of them. I like Brightburn.
Word.
That's a
Yeah.
horror
Word.
movie.
Yeah.
No.
You could consider
It,
it.
no,
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's a
Okay.
horror
It scared
movie.
you, yeah.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's
didn't
horror.
Scare me,
What would you
but,
count
like,
as horror
yeah.
or thriller?
It's horror
But you said
supernatural.
horror or thriller.
Yeah,
It is
it's a-
supernatural.
Okay.
Yeah, it's horror supernatural. I thought.
Okay.
I guess Strangeland could be a thriller as well.
It's not
Right.
that I didn't like
See, I
it,
would
but
go
I
with-
thought it was Bizarro movie. When I first heard about it, I thought it was the Superman doppelganger movie where it was the evil Superman.
That's how they sell it. That's what I thought it was.
That's
yeah.
what. And then I watched it and I was like, weak.
Oh,
I
really?
was like, weak, son. But like
Because
if
Tyler
I think
got his
about
hopes
it,
up for something, and
Exactly.
it turned out to be something else.
yeah,
Right,
right. But if I think
get
about
it.
it not on that
It's-
aspect, it was a great. It was a
Especially if you
good
think
ass
it's gonna
movie,
be like
son. Yeah.
Superman's son or something like that.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
So I think that's why I like.
Well, did you
so
watch
many
it, Marcus?
movies
I
is
haven't
I
seen it
don't.
yet.
Bro,
what is it on?
that movie's
Netflix,
cool.
It was.
That movie's
I'm
cool.
not sure if
No,
it's
it
still there.
wasn't. Was it really?
I'll take it all back,
pretty
Eric.
sure it
That
was.
movie's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I can't
like
find it
I
anywhere.
like the
I'll look
premise
it up
for
for you
sure.
before
Yeah,
we
for
leave.
sure.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you know what I noticed on the
Because
way over?
why aren't they more like
is
that now?
at the cheap theater, New Mutants is there.
Really?
What?
No, wait,
Yes.
I'd
which
like to
cheap
see it.
theater?
The one off of Overland.
I'm gonna skip
And,
dinner tonight, and I'm
Hillcrest?
gonna hit a viewing
Let's
of
go.
fucking New Mutants.
Let's go to
In
Domino's
Hillcrest
right across the
shopping?
street. What's up?
In Hillcrest?
Yeah, in the little.
Me and Johnny were just there
We
yesterday.
were just there yesterday.
Really?
Not the movie theater, but the antique mall.
Yeah, it
Before
says-
I met you to drink beers, that's where I was.
Nice.
Yeah,
It
he
says
left me to come
New
drink
Mutants.
beers and didn't invite me to
Yeah,
drink
well,
beers.
he got boring. He got boring.
Pretty sure I left.
I had to come home with my wife instead.
I
Yeah.
left my phone out in my car. I was gonna try to Google.
Hold on. I fucking told you about your phone in your car, son.
Oh, you did?
I was like, your phone's gonna overheat.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Sure,
about my
you-
car that fucking.
Marcus, you shut up. You were with me.
I know, I'm saying
heard you
I was
say
there for
something-
that.
I heard you say something overheat. I just
You want me to
figured
get
were
it for
talking
you?
about- No.
I'm
no.
fast as fuck.
So,
You're just looking for an
stars.
excuse
You
to
got a
piss.
pregnant wife
Marcus.
at home, Sog?
Yes.
I
Stars
do have
out.
to piss, though.
Stars
She's,
out.
she's
Which
7
I'll
months.
look.
She's good.
You have my
Oh,
Amazon?
I'm with
Yeah.
you, bro. Yeah.
It might be
Not
one of the
till she's
channels I
8 and
have
a
on
half.
Amazon.
Yeah, no.
I haven't watched that one yet.
You know what's
Really?
crazy
Yeah.
for me?
I want to see it.
We have 2 conversations going
We'll figure it
on.
out.
That's
Yeah.
fine. He can edit them
Okay.
out.
And one of these nights after work, we have to go watch.
Have you listened to the entire last episode?
Oh, they won.
I have, yeah.
They won the fucking argument,
So,
I guess.
I had to clip and move so much around because it was so jumpy.
He's
it was like a
pointing at
Quentin
me.
Tarantino movie with
He's
this guy.
pointing at me.
That's why I like that.
Have you seen it?
That Devil All the Time.
Yeah.
Because I told him, I was like, I actually said it was more like a Guy Ritchie if he was an American and had like serial killer and shit.
No, they
Yes,
gotta pull it up
I
right now.
love Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
Sinister characters converge around a young man devoted to protecting those he loves in a post-war backwoods town teeming with corruption and brutality. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm
I
in
love
too.
it. I fucking love
It kind of makes me feel a little about The Boys. Have you seen any of that?
No,
I've been
you
wanting to
keep
watch
telling
that
me
just
about
'cause I
That
love
is
Powers.
great. You guys need to watch it.
I know. I just haven't seen it. Actually, I think
Okay,
The
so
Boys?
now you got Amazon,
Or-
Hulu, Netflix, Vudu.
Yeah, Disney
You
Plus.
just need. Okay, you're done.
Yeah,
You're done.
You're set,
son.
man.
I
You got
rounded it
everything.
out. I need the stars out.
All right, I'll look.
Now you just need $3 to watch Shrooms.
Okay, cool.
So
Shrooms is on free on
Sorry,
Plex.
dog.
You don't need any
Got
money.
it. Got it. I'll
to
pay
answer your
it.
question about like the 2 movies, man, like I like Brightburn, but when it comes to like that genre, like even though like
Say it. I'm with you.
like Scream was so cheesy looking back
Yeah.
on it,
Oh
but
my
I
God,
love
right?
films that could happen. Like Freddy Krueger, Candyman does nothing for me. But
Bro,
you
that's
give
the
me-
answer to the question
yeah,
last week.
Like give me
that is.
Give me Saw. Give me
Yeah.
Saw. Give me
Redone?
And like, well, I'm trying to think too about like the
But is that what you're saying right now? The remakes? If they could remake
no,
a shitty
that
movie?
would be great. But
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, there's a lot of movies on Netflix that are more like I wish I could think of the name, but they're all about people who like either can't hear or can't see.
Like
Oh,
Bird
Oh, Helen
Box.
Keller.
yeah, like that's a good
Bird
one.
Box is a good one.
But
She can't
there's
see.
but there's one where it's a woman and a killer, and she's deaf, and he's
Oh.
outside, and he's like.
Yes, I saw that. That was actually a pretty good
It was
movie.
dope. That shit does it for me, man. Like I want movies like that.
Same,
that I'm
same
like,
here. Like
yeah.
the ghosts, the zombies. I love watching them, but
Nothing.
they're not scary.
Right.
But something that could take place in real life.
Oh, I totally
Like
get
Texas
But the
Chainsaw
premise, though.
Massacre.
Oh,
Devil's
I love it.
Rejects. The Devil's Rejects.
Devil's
is
yeah.
what it's
Rejects.
like.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. You, me with
I think I
Rob
said that
Zombie
last
are on
week.
the same page, Eric.
right.
Yeah, like
I
we-
think I'm on the page because Rob Zombie's the fucking
Well,
shit, bro.
absolutely.
For sure.
But for me, it's just that one out of the 3.
Oh.
But when it comes to like his Halloween and his
That's
Texas
the
Chainsaw
one for
Massacre,
me.
like yeah, but out of the 3, I mean like House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's
It's
Rejects,
Devil
and then
yeah.
like the last one, the other 2, I was like,
3
these are-
from Hell.
yeah,
I was-
that
I was-
fucking
I was-
sucked, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That's like Boondock Saints 2.
I didn't
say
even watch
edit?
that.
I
No.
could have
I
done without
didn't
it.
see that.
The thing
Don't.
is, you
Don't.
know what's so
Fucking
tricky
no.
about
Word.
that? It was a tribute. It was a fucking tribute
It
movie.
was.
It was a tribute to
Sid Haig.
Captain Spaulding.
Sid
yeah.
Haig, yeah.
And so I get it. I because you could tell like the whole movie was geared towards a tribute.
Yeah, but the tribute movie, it's not like Sid Haig got anything from that shitty movie.
Eric, do you
True.
know?
But the Halloween,
Yes.
dude. Oh my god.
Best Halloween by far.
Best Halloween by far.
Yes,
That's
yes,
one of my
that's
favorite.
where I'm with you guys for
Yes,
sure.
Yeah.
Do you know
The
what that
best.
mask is? The Halloween mask? Do you know what it is?
Which one? Wait.
That's Star Wars. That's Star Trek.
Yeah, it's a William Shatner mask.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
it really?
Yeah.
The Michael Myers
That's
mask.
awesome.
It's a,
Yeah.
it's a, yeah.
I didn't know that.
John Carpenter, right? They were like they had like such a small budget.
How do you guys feel about the second one he made though?
Second
The
what?
second Halloween.
with all the horses and shit with the big stallion?
like old.
Sherry Moon Zombie, and there was like
remember it.
the horses.
Remember
and
they try to
stuff.
hit him with the truck and he like catches the truck and he's
Yeah,
like,
dude, it wasn't. See, it's not memorable.
Right.
It's not. It's not like the first one.
Okay.
We're
Word
like,
then.
it's
You haven't even seen
basically-
it. Perfect. Don't.
I
The
probably
Hulk.
did. I probably did. But like,
But it's equivalent to like the Devil's Rejects in the sense of like it's you're remaking something that's been done, but it's innovative. It's like everything from the soundtrack to the acting to the actors to the I don't know. He fucking nailed it.
See, and I'm big on the '80s horror movies, like all the really cheesy. Like I said, Evil Dead, like
I can tell by
the
your
house
choice.
bleeds. It's just
Yeah, that's
you know,
what Donnie
Puppet
was saying.
Masters,
Like,
the Ghoulies.
You want to remake, like you want like good remakes of like which ones you said? You said it like
I
on the
said
previous
stop
one.
taking good movies and remaking them.
Right. Yeah.
Take a bad movie, remake it
That's
better.
right.
Well,
I like that.
his choice though was Aragon. That was his first.
That was just
shout-out
one
choice.
I could think
I don't know
of. Like it was a
Aragon, yeah.
horrible movie, but the book was good.
Think of Arachnophobia if they remade
Right.
Arachnophobia.
Good one.
Such a
That
good
is a
movie.
good
People
one,
Under the
actually.
Stairs,
That is
the
a
one
good
that you
yeah,
like,
the
Tyler,
people
yeah.
under the fucking
Tommy
stairs,
Knockers
son.
was a good theory
Tommy
too.
Knockers.
Yeah.
House. You remember House? It was
You
filled
lost
with-
everybody.
I
No,
know,
no,
right?
he got me
They're
on
quite-
House. I know- I know House.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know how. I'm not
Yeah,
Tyler.
with the hand and the finger and the ringing the doorbell.
You know, Carter's big on horror movies too. We were just at the antique mall. Carter bought 4.
Yo, Carter spent
Three
$100
horror movies.
on 4 VHS movies.
Really?
Got what'd you get? The original Amityville Horror, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
Pet
of course.
Cemetery. Oh no, hey Marcus, this one will tickle your fancy.
Yeah.
You can guess. It's your favorite book. Carter
Cujo.
bought that movie.
You bought Cujo?
The original.
Carter, I have a hardback version.
That is a
of
horror
Cujo.
movie.
Yeah, I got a hardback version. You can borrow it if you want to read it. If you
No,
want-
actually, no.
Yeah.
Fuck Carter. Would you mind if I borrow it first?
Of course.
I haven't read Cujo.
It's if
I've got
if
3
you've seen the
copies.
movie,
Yo, let me steal it and make it my 5th book on my shelf.
you'll
give you one.
love, You'll love the mine's a
I'll give
hardback.
you one.
It's,
I've got
I
multiple
love it.
copies. I'm huge on
You
Stephen
need
King.
to
Hardback,
read
though?
a book on your shelf.
Hardback.
No, I won't give away my hardbacks. I'll give you a paperback.
All the books I read were in prison.
Uh,
I can't have them on my shelf right now unless I go spend hundreds of
My
dollars. on them.
hardback version of Cujo from 1971.
Ooh, I
is-
don't wanna borrow
is
that.
my-
I don't wanna be held
like,
responsible.
Is
I
that
have it
your
on my
favorite
coffee
book?
table, but nobody touches
What's
it.
everybody's favorite book? Let's.
ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking shit to Donnie about the movie, but my favorite book, it's a series, but is Aragon.
I've never even heard of
It was
It's-
a great book, but it's
like
classified as a,
magic fantasy shit.
It's
but,
classified
like,
as like a teen.
It's 4 books, but
Yeah, I know
the
I've heard of
depth
it.
they put
I don't
into
know
it.
though.
it's
It's about dragons.
there's a
and
lot
stuff.
they
It's-
put
it's-
into it though, and it's some 19-year-old kid that wrote it, and that like just knowing the whole time I read it that it's a 19-year-old that wrote it, I'm like, he's right on the cusp of where his fucking his fantasy
Yeah.
is almost lost to reality.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it's a good book, dude. It's fucking
Yeah, there are some things that are completely outside of your scope of understanding
Yep.
if you're that young.
and
I
you
totally get
have
that.
to kind of, if you're into those kind of books, fantasy, obviously you have to take yourself away from the life you're in.
Donnie, your
and
turn.
fucking have time. Yeah.
Mine's also a series, but it's Stephen King, but it's not a typical Stephen King. It's the Dark Tower series.
Oh, nice.
I hate you, dude.
You don't like those?
No.
Oh, I love. Have you
No.
read the books?
Yes.
Okay, I love.
I
those.
read
are my
those
favorite.
books.
yeah.
The reason I don't like those is because the first 2 books, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I don't know what's going on.
Read them again.
Marcus, your turn. Oh, it's Eric's turn now.
I really like 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene,
Nice.
but also like Choke by Chuck Palahniuk.
That's a good book, dude.
Dude, I gave
I've
that
read
one
that
to
book.
Sophia. Sophia has my copy of Choke. Chuck Palahniuk, yeah, Fight Club.
Yeah.
Same author. Yeah, fantastic.
That's a good book, actually.
And
I've
it's
read
so
that. I read that
different.
book 3 different times.
You know, honestly, like, and I shouldn't even say those two. Probably to this day, my favorite book is Marilyn Manson's autobiography.
Okay.
The Long Hard Road Out of Hell. Like that.
That sounds like a good book, actually.
Yeah.
Dude,
I didn't know
Right.
he had an
I
autobiography.
don't even
He's-
love
he's
to read.
crazy
man.
smart,
I don't
too.
even love to read, but like that was the first book I ever read when I was like I had to like buy it secretively when I was like 14 years old.
Fuck
right?
yeah.
And like I didn't like to read, but I would like.
Parental advisory.
Well, like I start to drift off, so I had to like. It took me so long to read that book that I would.
For
read,
sure.
I'd read like 5 hours at 14 years old. And all I want to do is like play video games. I'd read 5 hours and be like, "Hold on, I checked out. I need to go back about a half hour and pick it back up." Like, and that book was like it was like looking at a car crash. Like every single story or everything in that book was like, "This is disgusting, and I can't stop reading this."
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Like
I did read the Motley Crue autobiography, and it was similar.
Right.
Similar.
is that what that Netflix movie's
The
based on?
Dirt.
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Okay.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I
Was
wouldn't
it
even
The
say.
Dirt? Is that the one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Dirt. That's a good book, dude. The biggest part I pick out of that book, it's just because I'm a comedian guy, but they talked about how they all had to go home to their girlfriends one night, so they were having fun with hookers. We'll say that there's children in the room, and so they had to stop at
dead to the world again.
Anyways, they had to stop at Taco Bell and get burritos so they could all put their dicks in the burritos, bite the ends off, and put their dicks in them, so that their dicks didn't smell like hookers when they got home. Yeah.
So it smelled like a bean burrito instead.
no.
Bro, that's the funniest part of the book, though.
The fact that they
that's
thought that they would
hysterical,
have to
dude.
explain that, and their wife's just like, "Yeah, this makes
I
sense."
just want to know who's
exactly.
sniffing their dicks when they
How
get
high
home.
are you?
What kind of wife is just like, let me smell your dick? I
Oh,
want to know where you've been.
Beans.
Oh,
We check out beans
yeah.
and cheese.
A lot of things.
What's your book, Marcus?
Sorry, guys.
No, that's good. That's me. I'm gonna go basic, but it's the
Basic
one that
bitch.
always, anytime anybody ever asks me, the first one that comes to mind would be Hatchet. Hatchet. I think what the
I
things
see that.
I, still,
I see that.
Yeah, dude. Like
I do.
The first time that I read, like if you're stuck in the wilderness and you have a leaf, and if you have a paper clip and you can put a little water on the leaf and you can put that paper clip on there and figure out what your true north is. To this day, like those are like those things that I picked up, and I think actually, I think when other kids were
There's
reading
more
it,
to it, but yeah.
well, when other
Sounds
kids
like
were reading that in
MacGyver to me.
school, right? No, it is. Like, have you read the book? Of course, I think.
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah,
think
so
you-
when you have to read.
yeah, but when
kinda-
people read,
They wrote that after Donnie was in high school.
I read
Aw.
that one and the Time Traveler in not like that romantic one that was like it was another one. I think like H.P. Wells or something. But both those I read in jail, and so it was such a good escape. You know what I mean? To
That's
like,
me with Eric.
when you're learning to like those different like skills of like if you were stuck out in the wilderness or whatever else not.
How
and
do
then
you
also
adapt?
the time traveling. It was like just such an escape. So those two. H.P. Wells, but Hatchet isn't. I don't know. I own a copy. but I don't know who the
Hatchet's
author
not.
is.
I've never read Hatchet.
You've never
Hatchet.
read
No?
Hatchet. Oh, it's great. It's
Hatchet's a
very-
good book.
It is, dude.
It's a scary book, though, almost. You're like, oh, you feel like you're him.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so detailed, and it's just like any good book. But it's like a chapter contains like life outside of being stuck in the wilderness, and the rest of the book is being stuck in the wilderness. You know what I mean?
He goes on a plane ride, crashes, survives.
Mm-hmm.
Not the plane crash, but afterwards, alone.
Right.
He survives.
Yeah.
That's the book.
Well, he would have to survive the plane crash.
Exactly.
Hence
Cheers.
the book.
Cheers to that.
But it's super cool. Like you haven't read it, and I'm not spoiling anything. But like the pilot actually, so he's a young man, and
Pilot episode?
like the first paragraph. No, like the first paragraph where it kind of explains the dynamic of like why he's traveling to this particular spot. And him not knowingly, the way that the author detailed the pilot having a heart attack.
Oh.
And
You're bringing me back,
the
bro.
kid, and so he doesn't know any of these medical terms or anything like that. All he's saying is just like, well, the pilot keeps grabbing his left arm. The way that he details that in the book,
Right.
whatever else, it's pretty cool. So
No, that brought me back, though. You're fucking... I want to reread that.
it's
Because
such a
that's...
good book. Yeah, it is scary. It is scary.
Yeah,
for sure.
I just remember him talking about the berries in the bushes with the bear.
Yeah.
And like... Oh, yeah, the pilot,
Yeah.
but the crash, though,
Yeah.
and like finding the plane.
Good
Anyways,
stuff.
yeah.
Good
This is a
stuff.
movie podcast, though, not a book podcast,
Hold on.
guys.
No.
Sorry.
I want to ask Melanie. what her favorite book is. Like I said,
Mic to mouth,
like-
Marcus.
Like I said, she's the smartest person in the room.
Melanie, first of all, we appreciate you not painting with Sophia today and coming to fucking hang out with
No,
us.
she did both.
I did both.
She did
What?
both. Yeah, that's where she started.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I learned the best lessons in life from Dr. Seuss.
Oh,
Yeah.
green eggs and ham.
Those are my favorite. Okay, Marcus is
I
seriously
apologize for
my
telling
Fox
you-
and Socks is the best
I
one.
apologize for building up Melanie as the smartest
Wow.
person.
Don't
in the room.
apologize.
Wow.
She just
apologize.
Dr.
no,
Seuss,
no,
You
apologize.
can't go, you
No,
can't go wrong with
I-
Dr. Seuss.
It's true. It's true. But like,
How do
It's
you want
weak,
children
though.
to learn to read,
It's weak,
first
though.
of all? Like, it's very nostalgic
I've been listening to
for
all
me.
this on Audible. I don't know how to read, and that's a sensitive subject.
Well, maybe
Huh.
I didn't read enough Dr. Seuss.
That's fair.
Did you even try?
That is fair.
ever try?
I wasn't going to be the one to say it, but you know what I'm saying?
Some entrepreneurs don't go to college. Some entrepreneurs can't read. Big deal. Whatever.
I don't know what he said.
What's your favorite Dr. Seuss?
Or book.
All the places you'll go. And I think that's why I was just like, I grew up
Oh,
to be
that's a good-
such like a person that wanted to travel and be an adventurer and go different places. So, there's a lot to learn.
Damn, she just took a left. I want to go places. Where have you gone?
A lot of places.
Oh my God.
For real?
Yeah, I'm a world traveler.
Fuck, son.
Carter's gone to, or
Can you just,
Carter,
like,
Tyler's gone to
No, I want you to,
Cottonwood.
literally, like,
I'm
tell
not
me-
allowed out of America with my fucking, you
He's
know.
not allowed out of Idaho.
So,
That was 2 years ago.
I've always listened closely through Melanie as well. Melanie really is just an amazing in that sense. Like, just briefly tell them, just run through the list of places you've been.
Oh my goodness.
6 of
I've
them.
been to Europe, Honduras, Costa Rica, Vietnam, Thailand.
What's your next spot? What's your next vacation spot?
Israel.
Israel.
I'm going in January.
I was gonna ask to go with you, but I don't know.
But I'll tell you what makes Melanie Melanie. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what makes Melanie Melanie though is not just the gypsy soul needing to travel, there again to for reasons other than helping. So and not to steal your story, Melanie, because really briefly, tell them why you went or what you did. What did you incorporate when you went to these different places? Like
I'm with you.
working with
What'd you learn?
Well, I did volunteer work, and I also taught English. So typically when I go travel, I like to get more immersed in the culture by...
You're a stand-up fucking lady over here being quiet in the corner. Okay. I'm interested now.
the quiet ones of the day.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking interested now.
No, it's really cool when you go to these places and get off the tourist track and actually get immersed in the culture and help out in certain ways. And I mean, there's no selfless act, right? So it's for me, but it also feels good to help others while you're traveling. So
Bada boom, dude.
awesome.
That is so cool, dude. Are you kidding me, though? I need to clap for that.
Oh, thanks.
That was
I
really,
would have
that's
preferred
cool.
a slow clap, but that's fine.
Oh, here, hold on. A snap.
She's
A
ridiculous.
snap.
Yeah, she's talk about integrity.
I'm
right?
learning so much
Yeah.
tonight.
You'll forget it all tomorrow.
It's not the whiskey episode. I won't, dude.
You didn't even drink the whiskey.
I know.
Marcus drank your whiskey.
But I forgot everything.
Then I drank your whiskey.
That's so funny, and that was like such a testament to. I wish we had video. That was such a testament to how intoxicated I was, and thought I was totally fine. I was getting ready to pour another drink, as Tyler
No,
swapped
he was
out.
pouring another drink.
Well, I didn't yet because I was like, oh wait, I don't need another drink. I got a full one right in front of me.
I thought he was talking shit to Tyler. I literally thought, he's like, oh, I wanted to try this new one, but now I got to drink yours. But he thought he didn't drink his yet.
I played it
That's
off,
bad.
son.
That's bad,
No,
right?
good.
That's fucking bad. That's
No,
not.
no,
That's
no.
not good.
No,
It's all right.
that's
I helped
good
him out.
on
I
this
took the
corner.
glass and I
It
drank
is
That's
it.
good.
You're sneaky. You're
Yeah.
sneaky. But on my
Waikiki
part,
sneaky between the butt cheeky.
yeah, dude, that's so funny. And then when you finally you're like, yeah, dude. And then I look over there, and I knew you weren't drinking yours, but you had an empty glass in front of you. I was like, oh my god.
It was because there's only one
I
ice
gotta go to
cube in
bed.
that glass, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And he had like 6 in his.
yeah.
And in Buffalo, that's how the cookie crumbles.
Buffalo.
Name that movie. Name that movie.
Oh man,
Nobody.
the Buffalo.
In Buffalo, that's how the cookie crumbles.
You're onto it. You're the closest so far.
Just
he
'cause I
repeated what you said?
repeated- Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber?
No.
Me,
Liar,
myself, and
liar?
Irene?
No.
Fun with Dick and Jane?
No. No. It's Bruce Almighty.
Oh, I was thinking Evan Almighty, but that was the other guy.
Oh yeah, Steve Carell.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was like, Steve Carell's in that, but no,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, I guess Jim Carrey was.
Sorry, I thought it was going to be a little fun bit we did, but
No, that was
I
horrible.
fucked it up.
No, you done screwed that up. Should we let Eric take us out?
Yes.
No, not we should we. Eric is the first official guest. Eric's
I
taking us out.
apologize.
Hey, if you're on the spot, you've got a bunch of takes. He can edit it shit.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
let me caution you, like you're a guest one day, and then all of a sudden you're a part of it the next. So be careful.
Yeah, and
I don't know what happened.
First of all, don't think Zoom's not a thing. You can be a part of this.
I wish I could. It took me 8 weeks to get here.
I know. Well, that's why I'm talking about Zoom.
And,
I'm
and
bringing
before
Zoom
before
up.
you take us out, Eric, once again, I'm so extremely honored and privileged to not only know you, but to partner up
I'm grateful,
the Dad
bro.
Podcast with SUP-LOC. Going forward, everybody jump onto SUP-LOC. Take a look at all that amazing artistry and like Eric has already kind of.
Is it net or com?
So it's the Instagram is SUP_LOC,
Okay.
and the website is SUP-LOC.com.
Word
beautiful
up.
stuff.
I'll put it all on there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Donnie's gonna put it all on there for you, so that it'll be a quick link to get on there. Amazing artist. Eric is doing amazing things. With the donations and things like that. So we need to come up with a where our the proceeds, the portion, a percentage of proceeds are going to go towards a donation. That's actually kind of why I'm happy Melanie's here. I want to proactively work with Melanie on that because because that's kind of her world. But anyway, no, honored, privileged, excited,
Grateful.
for the partnership.
Yeah,
Grateful.
Thanks for having me. What we're definitely going to do is we're going to put your guys' collection in a partner's collection, and we can talk more about that.
For real?
Yeah, you guys are going to have like a partner's, or you're going to be in a partner's collection where people can buy Dad Bod shirts.
I'm gonna let you go. Thank you, sir. I won't say anything else. Go. Sorry.
So that's one of the things we're going to talk about, and we can edit this if there's some kinks that you want to work out
Oh,
later,
no.
or some details. And we're going to give the listeners a discount code. So if they buy something from Gonzo or Brain Dead or Erica, any of the artists, they can use your discount code, and they'll get 10% off, and then you guys will get a 10% kickback as part of the
Bro.
as part of because that's the sponsorship. That's something that I think is a great way to do it.
I said grateful too soon.
I think as far as like taking it out, I would like to shout out, if I could,
All of them.
Shout out.
All of
I want to
them.
shout out the artists. The definitely Brain Dead, Ugonzo, and Erica Robin. Because they're all stateside also, and I talk to those guys quite often. They're really good friends of mine, not just artists that I work with. Brain Dead, his charity is Task, TASSC, and his wife works there. It's a charity that's really dear to him. So I wanted to give that a shout out. And I guess the takeaway that if I could have one from this episode is I hope that you get inspired. And especially with what Melanie said, I hope that people get inspired and want to be a change in the world. So whatever
Do the footwork.
whatever it is, just
Lean in.
every moment that I look back on that I wish I would have done something different is when I wish I would have been kind. So I'll leave you with that.
Hot
I love you, Eric.
Love you. Brother.
damn, son.
So thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for being here. We
Dad
appreciate
bods
your
out.
presence.
Dad bods out,
Dad
baby.
bods out.
Did the Cowboys win? Fuck face.
Fuck the Cowboys.